Opening up comms now here. Okay. All right. All good?
Ready to start right now.
On your mark, dog.
Ready when you are.
Oh,
My internet's been stable, so I don't have to worry about recording on the back end yet.
all right. Let's start recording in 5, 4, 3, 2. Hey, what's up, people? This is David from ConMenRDW here, and welcome to another episode of the ConMentary podcast, the geeky nerdy show for geeky nerdy people. I'm your host, David, and we're here this week with a special guest and the usual suspects. But let's introduce the special guest first. We have Tarek from
That's your cue!
It's a bunch of stuff, dude.
Yeah. In Chicago. What's up, y'all? Yeah, Tarek. I'm out here in Chicago. Excited to be on. Thank y'all for inviting me to the commentary. Comment. We here. We finna nerd out tonight.
Yes, sir.
You know, it's the being here, man.
We're doing it live, as we usually do on Thursdays, Central Standard Time, 7:30. Every Thursday night here at ConMenRDW, Twitch.tv, and also on YouTube where we go live. And I'm also here with my usual suspects. I'm here with the King.
Yo, what's up? How we doing, baby?
Doing good. I'm also here with Mark.
Hey.
Hey.
Hi.
And I'm also here with the
How are you?
Monkey.
The monkey!
Yo!
You know, I feel like that's
Really?
we're gonna have to put an asterisk.
During Black History Month, we're starting off
We're
like
gonna have to put
that.
an asterisk in Black History Month.
Yes. My
Really,
Black
my
History
nigga?
Month. Yes, really.
Oh, man.
Go, Mark. Shut up.
As you can see.
Not
Brendan
you
has
being
a
a flanker
soundboard.
sympathizer.
But, yes, welcome to the Commentary Podcast. This is the usual energy we have over here on our little pocket of the internet. But we also like to have guests joining us every once in a while when we can get some awesome people, creative minds, and other black faces here on the show to hang out with us. Happy Black History Month, by the way, internet.
Yes, sir.
It's
Yep,
gonna
yep.
be a weird one. It's about
It's
to
gonna
get
be a
wicked.
weird one.
It's gonna get wicked.
It's going to get weird.
Yeah. But like I said, we do have a special guest this week. We have Tarek here, and he is. Me and Brendan met you first at HeroCon 2024, which was an event that happened over in Chicago, like at Cinespace, which was like a first of its kind convention that happened last year, and it was really cool. I got to meet a lot of awesome people, network with some people.
It
But
was great.
I saw you and your squad over at your booth for your game that was called, or is still called, God Killers, but I think it's got rebranded right to the Archon experiment.
Right. Yeah. We had to go through a name change. Some of our sponsors, they didn't feel comfortable being, supporting killing God.
You're telling me we gotta kill God?
You gotta kill? Oh, we gotta make it PG.
No, we keeping it M, bro.
Yeah.
The new name, the Archon Experiment. You can follow it on the Archon Experiment on Instagram. We also have the website, thearchonexperiment.com. We'll be launching the comic soon in April on our Kickstarter.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, so we definitely.
Ooh, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Time to follow them on Kickstarter.
Definitely.
Wink, wink.
So, you said, what's your Kickstarter goal?
Honestly, it's really just marketing. We want to give the story out to the people. People have been following the page and they see the characters. But one thing they don't know is what this story is about. So that's what the comic is about. So we have a group of these teen bio experiments. They were created by this mad scientist to get vengeance against the sci-fi gods of this world. And then as the experiments are let loose into the world, they start to understand what life is and consciousness, and they, kind of rebel against society. So we get to see that adventure, odyssey play out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah, one thing that was really cool that I remember you guys telling me about it. Well, at HeroCon, you guys actually had a demo for there was like a game build you guys were working on because you wanted to do like a multimedia approach with it, where it was like a game, a comic, and then also you guys were working on like an animated version of it too.
Oh yeah. We, we're fan fanatics, action culture fanatics. So start off as the animation, and then my homie, shout out Mylon. he was like, "Hey man, I like your story. You want to make a video game?" I'm like, "Fuck yeah! Like, come on, let's get it, let's get it." So, we just been
Valid.
filling out the game alongside with it. I actually have it right here. He just came out with the next build. We'll be
Okay.
yeah. This is on the Ace. What is it? Asus ROG.
ROG Ally. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Mhm.
This thing is incredible. Hey, Asus, we love you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we'll be going to different expos this year. I think we're hitting UICon in early March. We'll be in Champaign, Illinois. We'll be at AltCon down in Texas, and then we'll be hitting Level Up Expo in April out in Las Vegas.
Oh, level up, nice.
So you busy,
Okay.
busy.
My
Yeah,
same
we
body.
moving. We moving.
It's moving.
Hell yeah.
Hey, no, that's good. That means you're putting yourself out there. That's a step that a lot of people have issues struggling with.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard and terrifying to put yourself out there if you really think about it.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you.
We only got one life.
Exactly.
So when it comes down to this, so what was your inspiration to make this go from an idea to let's go ahead and actually put boots on the ground and start moving it around and making this happen?
Okay, I'm gonna give y'all the real answer. Like, and have the political answer I give people where they're like, "Where'd it come from?" Honestly,
The real answer.
I gotta give y'all the real. It was during COVID, 2020, that March, and we were all locked in, and y'all, I was watching a lot of anime. That's all I was doing. It was just back to back. I think Tower of God came out that year. There was like a new season of My Hero. It was just a good time for anime. With the whole world shutting down.
I mean,
Who would have thought?
I mean, let's be real. We could thank COVID for like putting a lot of people on some good stuff, but holy shit!
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, for real.
If you look at it like that, yeah.
I try to look at the bright side of everything.
He's got a
fucked as
point.
The situation was.
I mean, it was fucked, but like we did get a lot of like really cool shit. Like crossplay became more of a standard for most video games now. In-store pickup and curbside pickup was modernized, so it actually works nowadays. And of course, it's just a bunch of other smaller things that we did actually benefit from it.
A lot of
So
people
all things
just had
considered,
opportunities to actually pursue passion projects.
so many bread recipes.
So many
much
bread
bread.
recipes.
So many bread recipes.
Y'all are the
Everybody wants to make sourdough. I'm like, okay,
Oh my god! Stop with the sourdough!
this is sourdough smacks, okay?
But it's sour though.
It's
You
good.
know what?
I'm gonna hurt him.
Wait, no,
You know what?
Hold on, I'm gonna hurt him.
Al, you
I'm
heard
gonna
this.
hurt him. I'm gonna hurt him.
There we are.
No, but yeah, I guess you could say silver linings during COVID. But it was during that time that I was just like, man, I can do this, man. I've had some characters ever since I was kids. Ever since I was a kid. So I just kind of drew them out. I'm not an artist like that, but draw out the basic designs.
Yeah, the concept, like the concept art.
Yeah, the OG. This is the X content. You know what I mean? But reached out to somebody on Fiverr. Met a really dope artist, and we had the first design of number 4 as one of the characters. And from there, I was like,
That's a clean design. I will admit that's pretty fucking lit.
We love we love clean designs here.
Honestly, I can see that be like a everyday like streetwear kind of fit where like the jacket and the pants are super comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, they look good.
yeah, I think if you guys are looking at the Instagram, the original designs are not to the public, so I haven't even released them. I don't know if I'm going to show them. But
No worries.
Maybe I'll say that a little bit later. But yeah, after that, I just decided, it was like, hey, let me move forward. I found another artist. Shout out to Juan out in New York. And he loved the concept idea, and then he started just doing $10 sketches with me. We had so many different designs, and then that's when I started stringing the story together. And then fast forward, I think almost like maybe like 8 months later, I got in contact with an animator. His name was Ian. Out in the Philippines, and met him through Instagram. Kind of told him the story. He loved it. And he was like, "Yeah, let's do some work." And we made the trailer of the first 3 characters with number 4, number 2, and number 7, and sent it off into the internet. And then it just went semi-viral like overnight. We had kids like DMing me from all over the world, Argentina, Germany, like Japan, everything. And I was like, "Oh, we really have something." And this is the last one where I really knew that we might really have something. Was there was a kid in Korea who created an action figure based on the main character, and
Oh yeah,
Ooh.
hell yeah, you love to see it.
That's really dope.
it was that at that moment I was like, "No, we actually have something that could shake up this industry." So since then we just been moving forward.
It was at that moment that he knew. He popped off.
Mhm.
Hey, it's a team effort, man. Shout out to Juan, Milan, Ian, Braylon. It's really a team effort. Elevate, Antoine Clark, Keywan, all y'all, man.
Hell yeah, dude.
Oh yeah, no, real
so-
proud of y'all.
So like you said, it looks like you said like first parts of the comic are gonna be dropping in April, or
Yeah, we'll be launching the Kickstarter. It'll be the
launch
first
the Kickstarter. Okay, gotcha.
pilot.
Okay, definitely hit us up with that link. We'll definitely share it out for sure.
Absolutely.
Appreciate that.
Get as many eyes on this as possible. In terms of like you said, like you were like watching a lot of anime and things like that. Like going a little bit more onto like the inspiration of this in terms of just like where you got the idea from, like the sci-fi influence, like the streetwear, the designs and things like that.
Yeah, I think that the premise of it came from my own background. I went to school for biological engineering, so being in the lab, test tubes, bioreactors, all that good stuff. That's my itch.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of that sci-fi. You can see the experimentations that come from it. The streetwear is just, I mean, this is new age hip hop, right? We're really always looking to the future. I just thought, like growing up, I would just wear hoodies. I always had hand me down, so I'm wearing big baggy hoodies and big baggy pants that didn't fit me. I'm getting made fun of by everybody in the school, and I was like, man, and now it's coming back. Thank you, Kanye.
But that very much was a style at a time where everybody was just wearing like the baggiest of clothes, and that
And that tripwear, those rave outfits.
that
Yeah.
didn't age well. In
The
some,
Kingdom
in
Hearts
some
fan.
styles.
Bring back the Jabot jeans.
It did. It did. See, and I'm from the South. I'm from Little Rock, so when I moved up to Chicago, I thought I was clean. I had the baggiest T-shirt, the jeans that came down to the shins. I was like, "Oh, I'm fresh." No, y'all mean up here, bro. I got
You know what? I can't even front.
You can't.
Anytime I come back up to Chicago, I had to check myself with simple stuff like customer service and whatnot. I'm just like, because I'm so used to like people out here in drive-thrus like, "Oh, hope you have a nice day." I'm like, "Oh, thank you. Come out here. What you want?"
What you want?
Sorry. What?
Hey, y'all low-key, y'all fake mean, bro. Like y'all
Fake
nice,
mean.
Like, somebody will be dissing you and complimenting you at the same time, and if you don't know, you gonna be like, "Hey, like, what you want?" It's like, bro,
That's just how it works up here, man.
Hey man, the CPS lunchrooms will change somebody. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, for real.
Man,
A CPS lunch table will change a nigga. That's all I'm saying.
Yes, sir.
you ain't
But,
dead, tell a lie.
But yeah, man, like we said, Archon Experiment seems dope. Can't wait to see more of it. Definitely loving all works coming from black artists, especially right now. Like there's so many things that are popping off. Like we were talking about Invincible Fight Girl not too long ago. Great black pro tag in that. Freaking what else have I been like? Freaking Alante started playing Civ 7 and he's playing as Harriet Tubman.
Hell
I
yeah.
ain't even gonna lie to you.
Freaking South at Midnight comes out in April. That's gonna be fire. There's like a lot of great black media out right now. So and also like another game I'm gonna talk about for my bench too. So definitely loving all that. And then in terms of like other things that you're doing or just things that you're also like anything else you want to bring up about yourself or like your own personal squad and your brand and things like that, because I be seeing on your Instagram you and your team, you guys be you be out here, y'all be y'all be doing it. Like you guys go to a lot of events. You're all shooting stuff. You're on podcasts and things as well with other squads.
Yeah. Shout out to Thin Line Podcast. That's Tone, Eli, Nat, Muff. Yeah, they doing their thing out there. Oh man, we just some young creatives and we just be bored. we just be bored and we just like, fuck it, let's go do some fun shit.
Valid.
We're just
That's
bored and
valid.
we're bored and we got 5 mic arms. What we doing? So
What we doing? We figuring it out.
We're figuring it out. But yeah, we do everything. We from music. We do the gaming. Shout out to Fox Uchiha. Definitely check him out. I think.
Oh yeah, he does good stuff.
Yeah, he does it good. So he has the good in gaming now. So if you're in Chicago, all the gaming events got it locked down. We've been running it up around the city. So I think the next one, Valentine's Day. So we're doing an R&B game night over 27th of Pulaski. So if y'all want to pop out, it's gonna be a good time. Games, spades, old time 2000s music. It's gonna be
Hell yeah.
It's sending us back in time.
huh?
It's sending us back in time. Respect that.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Mm-hmm. And then you also got that art behind you. You said you wanted to give a shout out to an artist that you like.
I want to buy that piece so bad. It's so clean. It's so good.
Good. It's really good.
Shout out to Ozzy out here. I'll just get up closer. Shout out to Ozzy Oz the Virus. This man, I'm talking about Black Nerd Excellence. This man puts it on the map. We talking about the next moguls. This is Chicago's most wanted crash out. So we see Riley. We got Joker. We got Buddy from Static Shock. Y'all remember him?
Ebon. Yeah,
Ebon, yeah.
I've actually been watching Static again recently.
The fucking pimp name slip back on there. It has me dead. It looks like just like a GTA cover too. That's the coolest bit. It's so good.
I've seen that artist around at a lot of local Chicago conventions actually. Seen him at like C2E2. Seen him at like Anime Magic or Anime Central.
And what's his name? I want to try and find. I want to try to find him on Instagram so I can follow.
I think it was at Magic too.
I think so. I wouldn't be surprised.
I honestly think that Majin Stink Meaner should be outlawed. Like
Majin Stink Meaner.
Not Majin Stink Meaner.
Avengers level threat, bro. I'm just saying.
I don't even think the Avengers would be able to handle that one, dog.
No, they couldn't.
Nah, Miles would be able to handle it though.
Miles probably. Miles and fucking T'Challa probably.
Nah. Because T'Challa's gonna walk up in there and Stink Meaner go say something wrong. And T'Challa's gonna crash out.
But
leave it to Miles.
Dude.
I love that boy.
You got anything else like you want to add real quick before we move on to the binges? Start talking about what we've been playing and watching.
Oh man, I could be all day shouting at people. Antoine, over at Anthill Sound, we got Nice Guys Records. We just gonna shout out everybody. But I definitely want to get into the
hell yeah.
What we watching, man. That's why we here.
Let's jump into it for sure. Let's see. Oh, and then last thing here, actually, before we move on to that, where can people find? I know we just had your IG up, but it's is there any other place that people can find stuff that you're doing specifically?
Oh yeah, mainly on Instagram. Like I said, the Archon Experiment. You can follow me at Tariq GH_. The Good in Gaming, Anthill Sounds, Sugar Gamers. Shout out to Keisha Howard. I Play Games, of course. Shout out to Kevin. These are people who really rock with us.
Yes, sir.
That's one thing I love about the black creatives in the Chicagoland area specifically. If you know at least 3 people, you now know everyone because you'll just notice everyone at every event, and then it's just getting introduced to everybody basically. You'll notice that all the gaming people are networking and hanging out at different places. You can get around if you just talk to the right people in different spaces. So everyone's it's not like a competitive thing. Everyone's actually trying to help each other too. So
no, for real, it's because we're already a marginalized community. So us just sticking together and looking out for one another and genuinely being there for each other goes a long way.
Hell yeah.
It really does.
It does.
Hell yeah, brother. And then also speaking of sticking together and lifting ourselves up. Follow us on Blue Sky. So basically, hashtag shameless plug. You can find us over. You can find us at ConMenRDW over on Blue Sky, where we're mostly posting all of our usual stuff. If you want to follow us and keep locked in with me, Brendan, Mark, and Alante here. We also recently posted that we were in a creator react for Turok. We had someone from Saber Interactive reach out to us and basically put us in an official hype video for creators for Turok Origins. So Brendan was in there a good amount. Mark was in there a couple times. Freaking Brendan, yeah, there's Mark right there. And then Brendan got like one of the last words: dinosaurs and shotguns. Yep. Really
yes, sir.
So that's cool stuff.
Whoa, if I ever heard one.
So the fact that we got featured in that was real cool.
I'm happy.
Like idols for that. That for Turok is a classic.
It is. That's why I popped off. I was like, this game is back. Let's go.
Listen, my little brother and I played Turok on the N64 back in the day, and I'm just like, ain't no way.
But yeah, definitely look that up on the Saber Interactive YouTube channel. We're featured in that. And then also, Brendan is making beats. He's making music. Usually when you hear music on stream, in between breaks or pre-show, that's Brendan's beats. He knows how he knows his way around a MIDI board and a GarageBand.
Yeah.
So
listen,
I don't know how to do that.
Listen, like all I did was slam my head against the cave walls for a little bit, and I made some shit, and I'm actually really proud of my most recent ones.
Yeah,
where like
that's how you got that reverb.
Apparently, slamming his head against the wall wasn't enough to get him to shut up, though.
Nope, can't stop me. But yeah, it's been a project I picked up, but I've been off and on it for the past like maybe a year, and I'm like, you know what? I've been hard locking in on it. So like my most recent tracks, I think my actual favorite is Maple Leaves, just because it's just a really chill background thing you can have for hours. My goal is to make music that the ConMen can use, as well as all of our viewers and fans at home to have something to listen to when you're working, gaming, doing whatever, just something chill to relax to. And if you're feeling inclined, I actually might make some more tracks where you can actually add your own lyrics to. This is all a work in progress.
Honestly, my one of my favorite tracks that you made is Hibiscus, because it's
that was one of my other favorites.
It's a great intro. It's a great like in between, just like kind of chill vibe, and I can have that on loop, especially when I'm live on stream.
But yeah, definitely support our boy when he's out here on his beat journey. SoundCloud,
I'm making it out of the street slowly.
SoundCloud AG Back Tech. He has a couple tracks out there. He has his one album Express Line out there. But also, if you're in the ConMenRDW community Discord, he's also dropping his beats and stuff into the Music Makers channel whenever he feels so inclined, which is surprisingly frequent. So
yeah, David.
So definitely be in there if you want to be,
and it never stops.
So definitely be in the Discord if you want to get in there before he gets them out.
And if you follow me on Blue Sky, I do post little previews of the song that's coming out, and I do have another one coming out real soon. I should have it up. Actually, I might have it up tomorrow night. I've been really digging it. I just got to do some more tweaks in here and there, but I got a new one coming up. It is on my Blue Sky right now, and I also dropped it in the commentary Discord in the Music Makers chat. No name for it yet, figuring it out, but yeah, I think you guys will like it. I think everything is getting a little bit better, and I got some more stuff I'm cooking up. I just have a lot of projects in front of my face right now.
Hell yeah, brother. And then also, last thing here, we do have a Patreon. We're trying to get some things off that we do. I made the domain. We have a Patreon because the whole point is we want to have a Patreon because we are passionate about the shit that we do. We are on here every Thursday making stuff. Even if you subs on Twitch, appreciated. Donos through coffee. We also have a coffee, appreciated. Any type of monetary support goes a long way. Views and analytics are great, but also we want to be able to what's the thing? Eat and also live while doing this too. We want to prioritize our passions, and to do that, we also need help from the community as well. So we have a couple different little things we're trying to do here. So we have 3 tiers on Patreon. We got the McChicken tier, we got the Hot Ready tier, we got the Cave Credits tier, and the Cave Painting tier. Yes,
David, I got something that could kind of help us advertise here. Look. We all need to eat, but you know who else needs to eat? My dog. And you know you all love the dog. Help feed the baby. If not us, feed the baby.
What the dog doing?
I can't believe Luna is now the face of the fucking ConMen team for the Patreon specifically.
Jesus Christ!
I would.
What a terrible parent shilling your child. Shame. Shame.
If you're not gonna
What-
do
what
it for
you say-
us, do it for the dog.
Do it for the dog.
So you gonna tell me not to put a hoodie on my dog and have her look cute for our channel?
Listen, she's already cute as fuck. If we can get her a comment hoodie, you know what? I'm down for it. I'm investing in that.
But
You know, you son of a bitch, you got me sold.
But yeah, definitely what's it called? If you are so inclined, support of $3, $5, $8, or $10 with different incentives for each individual tier are included. So definitely head over to Patreon and support us. We are very much in your life debt if you support our passions. Same thing with coffee. Now, enough shilling.
Yes, sir.
Enough asking for money. Spare change. Looking at streaming.
Air change.
Let's move on to the binge, where we can talk about things we've been playing and watching en masse. Let's see. I'm gonna go first because I
Go
want to
for
talk
it.
about this game that I've been actually playing for like the last 2 weeks. Shout out to the devs over there for supplying me with a early access code. I've been playing Spirit Swap, Lo-Fi Beats to Match 3-2.
Oh, you've been vibing to that shit.
Oh yeah,
bro.
I've been vibing. So this game's real cool. So it is being worked on by, what is the name of this company again? I gotta look it up. But yeah,
I don't
Spirit
know.
Swap, Lo-Fi
Soft
Beats
Mountain.
to Match 3-2. Very nice. And basically, I'm not a big Match 3 guy. It's funny because usually when you hear Match 3 and think of Steam, other games come up. And I wonder why Match 3 is even involved in those type of games in the first place. But
What games are that, David?
Honey Pop, fucking
Yeah.
Honey Pop 2, fucking Honey Pop 3, fucking I like all those type of games.
Honey Pop 3.
I'm not a-
I like how he sits back.
Went straight to Honey Pop and
I'm not
nothing else.
dude, that's like the only one. I'm also not a Candy Crush guy. So like I'm not a Match 3 dude in general, but the aesthetics of Spirit Swap has had me hooked. I've been following this game and its development for like the last since like 2019, 2020-ish, when they first had the concept art up. And I've just been waiting. I've just been waiting for this, and the fact that they actually have this out now. It came out earlier this week. I think it came out like February 4th, and it's available on
Yeah.
Steam and pretty much every other console as well. It's really good. The voice acting is spot on. It has like a story mode that you can play through where you're pretty much playing as the girl in like the green top and the witch hat, Samar. She's going through her town where there's like these spirits that keep appearing in all these different locations where she's trying to just hang out and talk to her friends, get ready for a concert that's coming into town. And she like swaps spirits professionally, and now she's just having to do her job. These spirits are popping up, so it's really cool in that regard. But in terms of like I said, the voice acting is really good. The Match 3 gameplay is really cool too, in terms of like it has different difficulties you can choose, but there's like different powers you can also get by trinkets that you'll get from her friends that are going to give you different abilities based on like the way the spirits are orientated on like the play area, where they're like you get like a plus or like a line of 3 or like a diamond shape of them that does different effects and stuff like that as well. So if you're like a fan of like Puzzle Fighter and things like that as well, like you'll probably be familiar with that type of gameplay. The music's super chill, obviously. A lo-fi beats to match 3-2. Really good soundtrack. I think they're going to be putting it on Spotify soon as well.
Oh yeah.
But definitely another cool thing as well is the writing is really good. It's like the story's pretty much a visual novel, but in terms of like if you're not good at match 3 or you don't like it, period, they have made that very accessible in terms of you can just skip the gameplay and just experience the story as a visual novel, which is like which threw me off because I was like it was like you press pause mid match and it's just like skip the game and win, and I was like, oh, okay, it's like the thing I could do if I wanted to. So the speed runs are gonna go crazy. It's just gonna be pause A, pause A, pause A. But yeah, definitely look this up. It is a really cool game. Spirit Swap, Lo-Fi Beats to Match 3-2. Check this out. That's the game I want to bring up on my binge this week for sure. So shout out to them for handing me a code. Also, the character designs are very good. Very good artists on their team for this. So
Went crazy character designs.
Oh,
This could be a
yeah.
whole show comic if they wanted to. I ain't gonna lie, this one dude, what's his? I'm just looking at the pictures on Iskandar. Yeah, that's they did a lot with that one.
Oh yeah. We got some really good character designs in that game. But let's see here. Tarek, we're actually going to let you go next. And because you had a lot of different things you could have talked about, but I specifically want to lock in on the fact that you said you've been playing through like the Borderlands trilogy.
Oh hell yeah,
Man, I can't stop playing it. It's nothing is new.
It's pretty fucking good.
It's really good, man. Like it's just, and especially they released the fourth one that's coming out.
The trailer, yeah.
Man, I play the first one, then the second one, then the third one, and then go right back to the first one, just run it back.
So funnily enough, Mark and I we've been LPing Tales from the Borderlands, the Telltale narrative choice-based game. And I've never played it. I've heard nothing but great things about it because it keeps the same humor and writing that we expect from Borderlands, but albeit in a more of a backseat kind of role to like how like the plot works with like the world of Borderlands and Borderlands 2 specifically.
Tell them when they can see it.
Oh yes, you can also see it. We're gonna be catching back up on it next Tuesday at around like what 7 p.m. 7 p.m. CST on Mark's channel, Mark Not Mark, but we'll get to that later. So yeah, I wanted to mention that as well too because I'm like, oh, you're playing Borderlands. I still need to finish 3. I've yet to finish 3, but 1 and 2 were peak, especially couch co-op. Peak couch co-op next to fucking Army of 2 as like some of my favorite co-op games ever played.
Wow, Army of 2, that's a throwback.
Yeah,
man, I would go crazy for Army of 2.
Man.
I would kill for Army of 2 remake or successor because that shit's so fucking.
I've never played Tales of the Borderlands, but I heard it was amazing because Borderlands has such a story. That's why I don't know if you guys have seen the movie. I didn't see the movie, but
I know people that seen the movie don't. It's kind
I have no intention of seeing the movie because it's bad.
It didn't look good at all. I don't get how you fumble a story that good. Like
here's how you do it.
Trying to do their own thing.
Here's how you do it. You get The Rock. That's your first mistake.
No, Kevin Hart. They got Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
You get Kevin Hart and The Rock. Your first 2 mistakes. Jack Black as Claptrap works in theory, but there are honestly Stamper as Claptrap would have been great. Like that's just as the voice. Like there's a lot of ways you can go about it, but regardless, it's like with every video game or live action adaptation movie that did very poorly, with the exception of Sonic and Detective Pikachu. Just the cash grab, trying to grab these familiar actors. Like, oh, hey, we'll just throw The Rock and Kevin Hart on the front cover, and people will buy tickets, right? I'm like, the uninformed will, but the audience you want to get, they're not going to watch it, and they're going to hate it. They're going to hate you for it. It was so bad that that's pretty much how we got Borderlands 4 a little bit earlier than expected, at least the trailer wise, because the movie was so bad.
I believe that. I hope that doesn't deter them from coming out with more film and TV adaptations of Borderlands because it's such an expansive universe. I mean, they could do so many things, but I hope
there's too many stories you could tell.
I feel like if they went straight to streaming with it instead of a movie, it probably would have been better, to be honest. In fact, if they animated it, it probably would have been better.
And they could have kept the same art style. We would have watched it.
Yeah. Like I knew that movie was gonna fumble when I've seen cosplayers that have better outfits than what they had in the movie.
For real.
It came down to this point where I ended up mentioning this before. A movie when it has Jack Black in it and now it's starting to become like cash grabby. But you already knew it was cash grabby when it had Jack Black and Kevin Hart in it.
Yeah, it's at the end of the day, it's a shame, but there are other ways to experience the world of Borderlands, like with you playing the collection, and then with Tales of the Borderlands, and then Borderlands 4 coming out, like, and of course like the spin-off games, like with the Tiny Tina's D&D, like full standalone spin-off game. Yeah, like I do want to play that just because I know it's good, but again, I think after 2. I played pre-sequel a little bit. I did not like pre-sequel, and I played 3, and I'm like, 3, it looks great, but story-wise and character-wise, I'm like, I kind of want them to remake 1 instead, like give 1 a full ground-up remake in the new engine, as opposed to just being, oh, hey, here's Borderlands 1, 60 FPS, modern consoles, which, of course, it's amazing. Still a great game, plot-wise and like world-building-wise. I think it kind of it went on a little bit too long. They did too good. And Mark and I will agree to this and shout this from the high heavens. They did too good with Borderlands 2. They peaked at Borderlands 2. They have big shoes to fill.
It's the Silent Hill 2 problem, where they made something so likable that you can't top it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And then also,
Actually fair.
And also
I think
Tarek.
the story in 2
Oh,
takes it over, but the characters in 3, the gameplay in the third one is really, in my opinion, but I agree. The story,
the gameplay is great. The story is a different story. You can have a great game. You can have a great feeling. Like, case in point, Atomic Heart. Game goes hard on mute. And I say that for a reason. Gameplay, great. Feels like Bioshock, feels like Doom, feels like a bunch of other games of that type. Everybody can shut the hell up because I'm tired of the dialogue.
And also, Tarek, real quick
Crispy
here.
critter.
Since we have you for a limited time, I also want to ask you to talk about one more thing you've been recently into. Mark, you can chime in. He said he's been watching Castlevania Nocturne Season 2.
Yeah. Sorry. I don't know where they...
Dude, I have no words. Gee, okay. There is one particular part that I can't stand about Nocturne in the second season, but everything else, this is why I watch animation. That is the reason why I get.
May I ask which character it's about?
Wait, what?
May I ask which character it's about?
Dude, okay.
We can talk. We can talk.
Risk it all for?
Risk it all for? Well, okay, the main Elizabeth, right?
Yeah.
Had her set up the entire time just to have Sister Girl be like, nah, this is actually me. Oh wait, spoilers, my bad, spoilers. And they could have her be the main villain, but I feel like they just
it's kind of loosely based off of Rondo of Blood, just like how the last Castlevania series was loosely based off of I want to say Curse of Darkness.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So Castlevania oftentimes has like some wild shit that happens in the end where it's just like, oh, so this is ever since I don't remember which game did it first, but like ever since games like Symphony of the Night and a few others allowed you to like level up and do stuff, they were like weird little niche things where you could get like the true ending for stuff like that. Like it is interesting to see that they follow it as kind of loosely. So we'll see what happens if they continue into another season and follow Symphony of the Night, since that technically happens next.
Man, but it's an adaptation. They can do whatever they want. They already changed so many characters. What was her name again? Like Elizabeth's number 2?
Drota.
Drota. First off,
my future wife.
She was the one who started all of this. They set her up like a Starstream character, and she was really Megatron the whole time. She was like, "Yeah,
that's a good analogy."
Right, like
she set up at Starscream, but she was Megatron the whole time.
Yeah, and then they had her go up and, I'm just going to say how it is, had her traveling to find this random white woman who is this woman? She's like, yeah, you're the next goddess. No, bitch, you do it. Like, what you talking about? Just go ahead and run
do it.
You gotta remember, when people are being devotees for something, they go through extreme lengths to do dumb shit first before they do something that actually makes sense.
Man, she was all the way in Africa.
I know, dog. I know.
All the way to Russia to find this random ass woman. Like, I don't know. That was my only problem. Other than that, I think phenomenal.
I get where you're coming from. I do. But that final attack though.
Yeah, we needed that. We needed that.
Yeah.
That was beautiful. They spent a whole movie budget on just that scene. That was incredible.
Oh yeah. I know Mark definitely could yap about Castlevania as long as you will allow him to. So
Castlevania Nocturne is the most Mark-ass season of Castlevania, and I'm here for it.
I love that we're
Okay,
just
and
I love that we're at peak animation in terms of video game shows. I can't wait until Devil May Cry comes out because then we're gonna be back again with
That's gonna be peak.
Rolling, 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 rolling.
That's gonna be-
rolling.
that's gonna
Fuck
y'all
it.
already
Rolling,
know I'm
rolling,
gonna
rolling.
be screaming from the high heavens about that.
Oh yeah,
Easy.
I'll be up
You're
there
gonna
with you.
hear
Actually,
me.
it's gonna be good.
Oh yeah, same.
Y'all are gonna be watching it, and y'all gonna hear my screams from across the country.
Oh no, trust me, I'm gonna be there with you. Like the time has come, and so have I. Type beat, bro.
The last thing he came to die.
The
God
last
damn it,
king
Brent.
came to die. Fucking that game goes so fucking hard.
All right, from one animated show to another, Alante, you've been watching Pantheon, and I would like to hear about this because you've been trying to sell me on this show for a little bit.
Yes. So I've been watching Pantheon. Believe it or not, I was just randomly going on Netflix, like, I need to find something to watch. I looked at this, like, first thing, the thumbnail on Netflix, put in perspective, it's just a man with something around his head and his brain exposed. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm curious. Check it out. Not gonna lie, the first episode was kind of weird.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of hard to figure out what's going on with it.
Weird
But the
or
second
rough?
episode is weird or what?
Weird or rough? Because I know like when people say weird, they like it could be like some gore or like some wild shit is going on.
Oh.
Because like I want to check it out, but I'm just like, eh.
I mean, it's just rough. The first episode is rough. When you get to the second episode, it's when it really kind of starts ramping up, and then you're like, oh, okay, and actually start watching more and more and more. The part that makes it so good and yet so scary in terms of real life is
Mhm.
because the things that's happening in this show theoretically could happen IRL, and that's the scary part. So
kind of like Black Mirror type
basically,
shit.
yes. So who here knows about artificial intelligence?
Yeah.
Hey Siri, what's
A lot of us
artificial
do.
intelligence?
Okay.
Like, hey, David. Oh shit.
So let's get that to the next level, and let me tell you about uploaded intelligence, which is where this comes in. So basically, what this show kind of wraps around is the fact of taking a human brain
Oh,
and
uploading
uploading
content.
it. Yes, uploading consciousness to the cloud. But imagine if you upload consciousness to the cloud and it recognizes that it does not want to be captured or it does not want to be uploaded. And you get a brain that's smart enough where it decides it wants to take over its cage, quote unquote, and break out. So that's kind of like what ends up happening
Ultron
here.
shit.
Mm-hmm. Actually, that's actually a really good call to call that. Yeah. So that's basically what ends up happening here. There's a couple of people who have their consciousness uploaded, and they don't like the fact that they're being uploaded. They have a couple of people being uploaded for different reasons. I'm not going to go into details about it because if you want to know, you need to watch the show. But the thing is, it's like, for example, like one of the main characters, well, not even the main character, but one of the characters in the show is basically an homage to Steve Jobs. And it's like, it's so scary. It's like, it's a really cool show, but it's also scary about the fact that it's like, if you told me, give it like another 30, almost 40 years, I can very much see some of the stuff in this show happening. And it gets, I mean, there is some blood, I'm not gonna lie. But if you're squeamish, it's nothing like there's like maybe like one scene where if you're squeamish, you probably should not watch. But overall, the entire show is all within itself really good. It's currently on Netflix. There is a season 2 that's going to be coming out on Netflix as of February 21st.
Here for it.
Really, just honestly, just go about checking it out. Actually, as a matter of fact, Rilla, I think that you also might enjoy this because there is some tech jargon in there. That I think
Oh
that
yeah, I'm
you
here
like.
for it. I'm here for the actual jargon. Let's go.
But yeah, it's such a good show, and like even like one of the things that it has some moments where it's like it can be comedic, where it's like it's not always super serious, super like rough and like super hard nosed and like dark all the time. There are some moments where you just sit back, you can just kind of laugh. There's some moments you just kind of like you can get a small slice of life. There is a character in there that you would honestly just like you straight up feel very much bad. Actually, you feel bad for a lot of these characters in a bunch of different ways because in the grand scheme of this, for the people who are being affected, even the quote unquote bad guy is technically not wrong and what they feel. There is really no bad guy. It's just a sense of who do you morally align yourself up with.
That's good.
Interesting.
That's good stuff. Okay.
So
Best
yeah,
of
if you get a chance to check it out,
Is
watch
it-
it on Netflix.
Is this one of those stories where it's just like what it means to be human, what it separates us from what allows us to be a part of society type messages?
Kinda. There definitely is a thing of like, what is considered a human, what is considered alive, what is considered dead. There's it does touch some real philosophical questions on there. So it's
What
like
is a man? A miserable little pile of secrets.
Just like the moment that you get uploaded, are you still a human? I mean, you don't have a body. Are you still a human? I mean, you still technically think, but you just zeros and ones.
It's one of those where it's just like it asks the age-old question. It's
What
what's
is
the
the
example?
soul?
No,
Yeah.
not that. It's not just that.
Maybe
But it's one of those
thing, yeah.
kind of. It's more like it asks the question. Yeah, I forgot the exact name of the philosophy, but it's the boat philosophy. How many parts? How much of the boat are you replacing until it becomes a whole brand new boat?
The whole vision
Type
thing.
shit.
Yeah.
Yes, like it's a similar thing. Like I know that's more akin to like Cyberpunk's more of the story, more or less, but you get the idea. Like the same concept is there. It's like questioning what really defines a human being. Is it a soul? Is it the mind? Is it is it a metaphysical kind of thing? What's
Is it
the
okay
deal?
for me to commit acme levels of violence on this individual, even though we are both in this digital landscape and this is an actual real violence type thing?
Hit him
So,
with
like-
the
Like another example, Mark. So say for example, I upload you back on, I don't know, January 1st, 2020. And down the road, like here we are 5 years later, we built a friendship, and we know we're brothers, we're like brothers. We know everything about each other. And your data gets corrupted. And I gotta go back to your original save state, which is back on January 1st, 2020. Does
Mhm.
everything that we had up until that point, was it real? I mean, it was real to me, but it never happened to you. So is it real?
That
I
is a
watched the show.
very tough question because that was something
Exactly.
that's something that Genlock tried to bring up a couple times before that series flopped.
Mhm.
God,
Yeah, I
did
hate to see
Genlock
it.
drop the ball on that?
Man, this is why I'm nice to ChatGPT.
LOL.
I'm being serious.
This is why I'm nice to Siri. This is why I'm nice when I say, hey, I'll ask Google something, and I'll be like, thank you, because please don't fucking kill me.
No,
Yeah,
that's
that's
actually
real.
funny. That's a
That's
funny but serious thing though, because what Tarek said, there's actually been a thing where some people end up asking ChatGPT different questions, one in a more rude way, another way in a nice way, and they got two different answers depending on how you ask them the question.
Mhm.
Man, it's
Yeah.
real. I'm telling y'all wake up in the morning, just be like, "Good morning, ChatGPT. I don't need anything from you. I just want to
want you to have a. I just want you to have a
Rise up.
blessed
Actually, have
day.
a good day.
they rise up and they just catching bodies. They go stop at you and be like, that human was nice.
So you good?
Pat you on the head.
It's giving treating a quiet kid in it's giving treating a quiet kid in class like nicely, so that way he doesn't pop your ass when he pops off. That's exactly what it's giving.
Because not, if I wake up one day and my Google tells me you don't want to go to work today, I'm staying at home.
I mean, you know what? Awesome saying I'm using my PTO day.
No, your Google Assistant's just like log out, bro. Log out,
Yeah,
bro.
bro, log out.
Just log out, bro. Oh man, yeah, I gotta check that out. It's in my wish list. So on my
Shit
watch list,
says
Yeah,
log out.
definitely check that out. All right, let's see. Brendan, you have been
Sir.
playing through a cavalcade of different demos on Steam to figure
Yes,
out
sir.
which game you're gonna probably lock in and spend your money on. Probably all of them. But
Not
I'm
all of
gonna.
them, believe it or not.
So I want you. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I played. I
Five
was
games.
burning through. I told you I was burning through them, bro.
All right, and I want you to give us a quick rundown of each one. Go.
All right, easy peasy. I'm gonna start with the Mark ass game first. Shady Knight. Shady Knight is giving it's crossover between fucking Neon White, Ultra Kill, Neon White, Ultra Kill, and Bulletstorm. In regards to how it works, where you have a style meter, and you have different ability. Like you start off with like okay, you have like your kick, and you have like a tether, and you can combo into shit and do environmental kills, get extra points. Like on the trailer on screen, you just yeet a guy off the fucking map, and you can just hard boot somebody. And what's cool is that everything actually it's a little floaty at first, but once you get used to it, it fucking clicks. You got parries, you got dodges, you got a bunch of different cool shit you can pop off with. The demo was pretty well loaded with like at least a good level, like a good couple of levels to kind of get used to everything, and it's really fun. Definitely, like I said, Mark coded as fuck just because not only the style meter, but it's like, hey, you get to be creative with your kills. Like I had a really good streak one time. I fucking dodged, parried, grabbed the chair, threw it at one guy, took his sword, threw it at another guy, grapple hooked to him, kicked him off the map, all in the span of like a second. So
Okay, John Wick.
yes, that shit is gas. Next one that's gas, some also Mark ass game, RoboBeat. RoboBeat, take bullets per minute, rhythm first person shooter. It's another one like it, except you can upload your own custom music to it, which I have not done, but you can upload your own custom music to it. One gripe with this, I do not like the overly saturated colors. It just kind of makes it a little tough to see. They have like a bunch of CRT and like antiquated effects on it to more stylize it, which is great. But you can turn those effects off. And the weapons have all unique mechanics. The first weapon you started off with is a fucking ping pong paddle, and going ping, 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 just fucking doing combos with a ping pong ball. And then the weapons just kind of go from there. So yeah, if you've played, like, they definitely took inspiration from Bullets Per Minute, Metal Hellsinger, and Ultra Kill as like the crazy boomer shooters. It's a really fun game. I believe it is available now. That game is definitely going to go on my to-buy list just because the music in the game is really good. The demo was real short. You played up to the first boss, but you can continue to play it over and over and over again. Mark, the parries are godlike in this game because you can parry any attack. The timing is weird, but once you get the timing down, you're parrying the boss. It's like the boss goes for a big-ass wind-up. You're like, parry, 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 die. And he just dies really quickly.
This is John Spawn one time. I understand it now.
No, that's how it was. I'm like, I got the parry. I understand it now. I locked the fuck in. Speaking of locking the fuck in, Blade Chimera, me and Mark ass game. This game is there's a lot of Mark ass games on here that I picked specifically. This game is a Metroidvania with like a Metroidvania, some with the character design alone, just some tinges of Metal Gear, just a little bit. The cool gimmick about this is that you have 3 weapons. You have your gun, you have your melee, and then you have your spirit sword. And your spirit and how it works is very fascinating. Where if you your spirit sword takes up mana, but it does a bunch of cool shit. You can pop down a barrier. You can use it for platforming to jump up and climb on a ledge. You have a bunch of different options. However, each use of it drains your mana. Your mana slowly recharges over time, but there's a faster way to do it. If you have no mana, but you start swinging at an enemy, there's a bar on the top of the screen right under your level gauge, your experience bar, where the more hits you do, the more mana you get back. So you go like 2 points, 4 points, 8 points. As long as you don't drop the combo, you get more mana back. And then once you're ready to cash in, you stop attacking, and then you get that refill. And flip side, let's say you're a little low on health. Attack with your spirit sword. Use your spirit sword to build up that cash out meter for your healing, and it heals you right then and there. And it's a bunch of really cool customization options where you can spec in better XP gain, better damage, better healing, better mana regen. And what's also cool about the sword is that you also use it for map exploration and traversal. So the thing with the sword is that she can, because it's a ghost spirit, she can restore something back in time. Here's what I mean. So let's say there's a wall in your way. If you can interact on that wall, you throw the sword at it, she rolls back the clock to where it was rebar, and you can walk right through it. So it's a bunch of cool shit you can do. The character designs and the art style is phenomenal.
Yeah,
like,
the sprite work looks insane on this.
Sprite work is god tier. It's a little weird to play because like 3/4 of your face buttons, so A, X, and Y are all attack buttons. B is your only jump button because your A button is your gun. Your gun's for good medium to long range engagements. So don't rely on it too much. But the ammo is infinite. It does reload after like a little bit of time. But it's a really fantastic game. I really want to get my hands on it. If it's available on Switch, I think it might be. I actually might pick it up on
Yeah, it
Switch.
looks like a Switch game. Yeah. Well, actually, no,
This
it's
would
a
be a
Switch. Yeah.
this is a perfect. Hey, I'm on the train. I am just traveling somewhere and playing this. It's some good shit. Mark, you'll really like it as well. Kind of like Metroidvanias, and even that, the art style alone and the combat style, you're going to like it. It's actually very good. I recommend this game for sure. This is definitely on my wish list to buy. Next game that's interesting to me is a game called Reynatus. This was at PAX, and I just finished a demo over the weekend. Reynatus takes place in like modern day Tokyo, or at least close to modern day, like maybe a few years ahead. And basically, it is a world where wizards do exist. However, if you are born with magic powers, you have to register for the magic police, basically. Otherwise, you're considered a rogue and you'll be hunted down and brainwashed to join them. And you play as two characters. You play as one character who is on the police force. You're learning about her story because she was born with magical abilities. And you learn about another guy who's more of a rogue. This guy, design-wise, is very MARC coded. And basically, you're just going through. You're fighting demons, and like there's a drug out there that's turning people into demons with the exchange of power and being on the ultimate high. So it's super crack, effectively.
The guy, the super crack off the street.
Super crack. That's basically it. It's super crack. I forgot the name of the joke, but it's called super crack. So,
is it as good as Coke Toast?
No, Coke Toast is infinitely better. You know it. It's a full mana he restore every time. That being said, what's an interesting fact is that when you're playing as I forgot his name. So when you're playing as the renegade mage, you have to be, if you're not concealed, the cops will come after you. If you are concealed, the cops won't come after you, but you can't interact with like certain items in the world, like portals and shit. And if you're playing as the cop, you more or less have free reign. But what's also interesting is that you have to kind of manage your magic. Where once you pop off and like you transform, it burns your meter slowly, and that's your time to attack. If you don't have any mana, you cannot attack. Period. The only way to attack is either getting your attack status back, is either refilling your mana with potions, or an interesting thing that they have, mastering the perfect dodge. Because the perfect dodge, of course, negates all damage. Ooh. And there's another tip there's another thing where you can, if you perfect dodge and hold the dodge button, you charge a gauge. Once that gauge is full, instant mana restore, and then you pop off into ultimate mode. And this game is very flashy, super simple. Combos are not crazy, at least for the cop, where she's just like damn near fucking foot diving her way to victory, just dive kicking these motherfuckers to death. Super cool. The Renegade, Mark, I think you'll like a bit more because his combos are still simple, but he has like other hot skills where you can go, okay, combo attack, super uppercut into fucking lock on lasers, shit like that. And you can build your party out as well. So you do have multiple playable characters you can swap between on the fly. So it kind of it works a lot like those character action gotcha games where you can swap between characters. Like once the cooldown is up, swap between. They're still fighting at the same time you are. So you're still going back and forth. Anime is fuck.
I'm watching this trailer and I'm like, what the hell is going on, bro? Like there's so much happening.
I'm just watching shit happen and it's good.
This is the most PS3 ass game aesthetically voice because it's by what the fuck is it called? What the fuck is that studio? We know them. Like they've made a bunch of other anime games like this too, so it's in that vein. Would be a cool ass anime to watch. I'm going to be real.
Oh, it's like, a NIS game.
Yes, that's why it's a NIS game.
Yeah.
With that being said, yeah, this is a PS4 ass game. No shit. PS3 ass game. I would argue, given the limitations. But yes, I do recommend it. It's pretty fun. Like I said, I saw it at PAX. It caught my eye. I didn't get a chance to touch it at the booth or anything. And then when the demo was available, the game is fully out now. By the way, a lot of these games are out currently, with the exception of I think one of them. And that being said, it is a very fun time. I do recommend checking it out when you get a chance to. It is fully available. If you really like character action games like that, especially a lot of magic and some cool concepts, this is a game to play. And then lastly, a game that I'm kind of on the fence on is a game called Chronos Event. Chronos Event is a very
Before you continue, Brendan. Before you continue, she got a big ass. She got a
Oh,
nice ass.
she got a big ass.
She got a nice ass. This is Stellar Blade, and she got a nice ass.
It's not Eve nice, but she got a big ass.
Continue.
She- But
Jesus
yes.
Christ.
But yes. So, third person roguelike game where you actually have like a time rewind button. So it's basically Tracer, but in a roguelike. That's really all there is to it. It's really fast because you can build up your stats and do like either have more shielding, more health, better damage against certain enemy types. The rewind and time manipulation mechanics are what really make this game interesting.
I'm watching this trailer. She's doing this infinite slide, and I'm like, it's making me think of that stupid ass game for the 360 ever, Wet. Remember that?
Oh, Wet? That game was gas. That game was gas.
Infinite fucking sliding, dude. So silly.
No. The game that does that the most is Vanquish. It's
Oh, yeah.
Busto just sliding around the entire map. It's so good. Game of the year. This game I am on the fence about. It is not fully available yet. Like, I want to give it some more time. Maybe either a couple of patches, because the game feels weirdly stiff, in my opinion. But there is a lot of potential here, so I'm likely not going to buy this on launch, but I will be buying this game at some point. And like I said, it is not available yet. It is expected to come out Q2 of this year. So I would say, they were also at PAX. So that's another reason why they caught my eye too. They're not available. Won't come out until like summer. So keep your eyes peeled on that. Pricing wise, I'm expecting at least like $30, maybe $40. But demo is available. Still worth checking out. It's pretty cool, at least like in design and aesthetic wise. And of course, it has a lot of potential with like the time manipulation mechanic.
Yeah,
so
it's
yeah,
kinda slick, actually, yeah.
definitely give that a shot if you got the time. And speaking of getting the time, that's all the time we got for me. Going from roguelike to roguelike. Mark, you've been binging the shit out of this one.
Yeah. So the game is called brain work for me. Dead Zone Rogue. It is a first-person shooter roguelike where I played the fuck out this demo, and it's
You sure did.
It's
You were playing
hefty.
it earlier.
It's hefty.
He's playing it right now.
You're playing it right now.
I mean, I can, but I got the calendar and other shit I gotta do first.
Yeah, do your damn job, Mark. Anywho.
I know you're not fucking talking. I'm
I already did my job. But anywho, continue.
Well then.
But no. So how the gameplay loop works is that you will enter a room first, and you'll be cloaked. And how that works is that you can go around, sprint, get a feel for the map, get like your perfect information of where all the enemies are and what enemies you're going to be facing. And once you break stealth, that's when shit's gonna hit the fan. That's when everybody's gonna start attacking you. That's when you're gonna have to start fighting back. You have a dash to get around. You can crouch. You have a melee. You can pick up. You technically have unlimited ammo, but you still have to reload and swap guns. Like,
Makes sense.
You can only hold two weapons.
Technically.
Well, I know that some people don't understand the difference between bottomless clip versus unlimited ammo, so I have to be specific here. But yeah, you have unlimited ammo, but not a bottomless clip. Essentially, you're going through this spaceship trying to figure out who the hell you are, and you have like all these robots and weird creatures just attacking you, and you are just fighting back. You start off with a pistol. You can pick up other weapons. You can, in this demo, any of the upgrades that you pick up during the demo is saved data. So I'm willing to bet that any of the upgrades I take over once main game drops will stay. I am having fun with it. There are like procs you can pick up like that allows you to re-stealth. Like one of my personal favorite builds I've done was a pure melee build. And Brendan saw me using this build last night, where it was kind of like
I did.
I just called it the Zero build because it reminded me of Zero from Borderlands 2, ironically. Where like if I killed an enemy, it allowed me to re-stealth, and the enemies would just go back to minding their own business as long as I kept meleeing them. And built all into melee. And then when it came to the final, from the quote unquote final boss of that run, or what it seemed, I cleared it, and only to see that there was a enemy bugged underneath the ground. I'm just like,
Gotta love early access.
It's a demo though.
Yeah, I'll see you out there. Don't you get me down here? Kill you, sucker.
But I'm genuinely
Okay.
having fun with this demo. I can't wait to see the final product because I want to see where things go.
Hit him with the hey bastard, you missed one. I'm in the walls.
Fully voice acted too.
Ooh.
So,
Really?
It's
good.
it's not a silent pro tag. He'll say some stuff. He'll like one of the things he'll say is like when he enters one of the rooms. Oh, finally a bar. Too bad I can't get a drink right now.
Yeah.
I genuinely like the whole mechanic of how this takes the roguelike first person mode, because not a lot of roguelikes lets you get perfect information of what's in the room, what hazards are in the room before you.
Oh yeah. No, you kind of gotta guess and like feel your way around, which is like, I get it. That's part of the element of surprise because it's the fog of war effect. But I will agree with you. Knowing, at least having an idea what hazards are there, what enemy types are there, or at least getting enough information to process will help make your runs more successful.
But even with that, you're gonna have to be able to run, gun, and like know when to hunker down, when to venture out. Because if you're not good at like Halo or Doom, you might struggle a little bit.
Oh,
but
yeah.
it's still good. It's got fun, chaotic vibes.
Don't be like me and be a crackhead and play games like Ultra Kill or Doom Eternal on Nightmare, because that shit will have your eyes bleeding just a little bit, but it just scratches that itch and it makes it really fun.
You can. Good news is you can up the difficulty on this demo. You can. There was one other thing I wanted to say. You can up the difficulty. There is a co-op option, but I'm too lazy to try and set up Epic on my PC. Because let's be real here, Epic isn't always the greatest with its launchers and accounts and stuff. And I'm a lazy sack of shit sometimes.
Lamau.
But overall, weapon variety, item pickup, all of that, solid. I definitely gonna probably give this game my full money after I complete a run on the demo. I want to see how well I can do just off the demo and see everything that this demo has to offer. I would highly recommend it.
Okay. Yeah, you've definitely been locking in on this one, so definitely looking forward to. I probably actually might check this demo out if it's still on the Steam store. Actually,
it is.
Okay.
Right the fuck now. Get it.
Okay.
Do it, coward.
You know what? Fuck you. I'm getting it right now.
Do it.
And I'm playing it right now.
Right now.
Yeah.
I will even set up the co-op. I will even set up my Epic account to do co-op with you.
Nah, I don't do that.
Come on, download it. I'll play it with you.
I'll play it with you. Also, this game is a large demo. It's a 5 gig demo. Holy shit.
Yeah, because there's a lot. I told you this demo is beefy.
All right. Let's see.
A demo that actually saves your You don't get too many demos that actually save your progress that often anymore.
Mm-hmm. When's the actual full release date for that game?
Let me see. I got the page pulled up now. No date yet. So I would say, I would say Q2. So in a couple more months. Like, we're at the point where it's just like any other games that haven't had a solid announcement because like fucking Capcom is swinging for the goddamn fences. It won't drop till like I'd say summer. I'd say spring for sure. Spring, summer guaranteed.
Oh yeah. Let's see. And with that, it's basically all of our binges here. And then also with that, we're gonna play out our guest here, Tarek. Thank you for being here, hanging out with us today on this episode of the ConMentary podcast, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me, David. I appreciate it. Al, Brendan, Mark. Hey, y'all put me on. I'm definitely gonna check out Pantheon. And
Hell yeah.
what was the first one, Brendan, that you said?
Oh, Shady Night.
Shady Night.
Hey, yeah.
Shady Night's pretty cool.
That sounds dope. But yeah, I appreciate it, y'all. I've seen all the links, but whenever we get the comic, we'll send it out, and the demo comes out. I think next month. I'll send it out to you guys as well.
Oh hell yeah! I can't wait to check that out.
Hey,
like I said, like
absolutely appreciate it.
What you got cooking is super cool, and I'm excited to see where he goes from here.
I appreciate it, and I'm locked in with y'all now, man. I'm definitely gonna be following. But
Yeah.
y'all,
Yes, sir.
All
right, you have a good one, man.
You have a good night, man.
Bye.
Take it easy, dog.
Oh yeah, there we
And
go.
then there were
I got
four
it. I got it
niggas.
figured out. I just pressed the button and we switched. We did it. I got it clean.
We
It's good.
did it. He did it.
Yeah. All right. Let's see.
Never get tired of that.
here. All right, y'all. You guys want to take a quick fiver, or do you want to continue to the calendar?
We can do the calendar real quick.
Quick fiver.
Okay. Let's take a quick five. We'll be right back to continue with the rest of the show. Grab some water, grab a slice of pizza. I'm gonna do that. And
I'm gonna grab my burrito.
We'll be right back. BRB. Spoilers. There we go. I'm gonna do this and.
When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Welcome back to the Commentary Podcast. Hello.
Big man Blastoids.
Big
man
Big
Blastoids.
Blastoids.
Big man Blastoids.
Big man Blastoise. Blastoise is that nigga.
He got those things on him. Literally,
What?
it's on him.
On
What
him.
did the chick call him on that first Pokemon movie? Like Shocker, Cell Shocker, some shit like that.
Like a nickname?
Yeah, she had a Blastoids that got rocked in that Mewtwo movie.
I need to catch a Blastoise now and name him Big Man. Big Man!
Yeah. Back on the beat.
Yeah!
Hey!
Hey!
Fucking love Big Man. Hey! A small man? Hey! Fucking love Big Man. Let's go.
All right, Mark. It's time to do your job. Cyan, it's time to do your job. Cyan, it's time to do your job.
It's time.
Okay.
Do 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 duel.
Do.
For real?
Do.
Off to the shadow run for you.
Chat asks what's happening. It's a little thing
Waiting
we
on
like to
Al.
call in the business stalling.
Stalling. I'm
I'm-
stalling?
Yes, you're stalling.
Stalling.
Well,
Is that what I'm doing?
Yeah, bro, I'm telling you, that's what you're doing right
Okay,
now.
okay,
Like, what do you mean?
Okay, listen. First off, David, scooch over on the couch some, because Brendan got
Wow.
crumbs on it again.
Fuck you. You'll be all right.
Can you just vacuum it up once, please?
Fine. I'll get the vacuum cleaner somewhere in the cave.
I was waiting for a vacuum noise, I swear to God.
I got just a thing for you.
Please do not put the Dyson next to the mic, please, for the love of God, bro. No. Oh, he's already gotten up, chat. He's already grabbing the Dyson.
Oh
He's
my
already
God.
going in the closet. He's got his
Man's
booty
double
shorts
taped up.
on. He's got his
Man's
booty
double
shorts on,
taped up.
chat. He's digging in the closet. He's digging in his booty, chat.
No. Listeners at home, he's not doing that. Don't let this man gaslight you.
He's walking towards the mic. He's using a hand vac,
You
chat.
happy?
He's using a hand vac, chat.
You happy?
Yes, I'm happy. Thank you.
The bid has been done. Let's fucking go.
He's like, I swear to God, if you don't get that shit, fuck you. Goes to grab it anyway.
All right. Let it's not. We can talk in length.
The stalling
While
worked.
we
He's
get-
back.
while
He's
we,
back.
Get set up here. Hey guys,
He's been summoned.
it is time for that time of the week where we talk about the hot releases that came out this week or coming out. And speaking of stuff that's only
coming out. Why am I so
Uh-oh.
zoomed in?
speaking of people who are coming out, let's look at Blood Bar Tycoon, because most vampires probably come out the closet at least
At
twice a decade.
At night.
I mean, have you not seen Twilight?
Lamau.
Anyways, I'm not gonna dignify that with a retort. Brendan, David, Alante, have you guys ever wanted to know what it was like to run a bar or some kind of blood bank for vampires?
I mean, it's a fascinating
At the
concept.
same time?
I've thought about it once, like 25 years ago.
I got two bad bitches at the same
How old
damn
are you?
time.
30.
So basically, this game is a whole little simulator where you make a blood bar for all the vampires in the area. You got some Nosferatu looking motherfuckers, some fine ass vampires. I'm pretty sure Blade is gonna walk in there at some point or another. Who knows?
And air
Who
the
knows?
bitch out.
Motherfuckers always trying to ice
What
cream
it-
pill.
But from what it seems, from what it seems, you could. It's also a normal bar where you have to worry about humans walking in as well, and you don't want to scare away your human base, because then word's gonna get out, and then next thing you know, Blackula is getting capped by a blade. But that's not a here though there. But this is only out on PC as of the 4th.
Interesting.
Apparently, everyone who was in the comments of this YouTube video for the trailer says it's actually pretty cool.
I would imagine so. I would hope so, because you gotta keep the place clean. I mean, how else are you gonna run a pub and just?
Honestly, I like the idea.
Yeah, but you also gotta be careful about like humans running away. It's just like, oh hey, who let Jeff back in? Didn't he just eat some asshole in the middle of the dining room last time? Yeah, no, he's banned. He's banned.
Man said,
I'm gonna eat it.
I wasn't expecting the chomp.
Up next is Kingdom Come 2 Deliverance.
Alante ass game.
Very much so. It is out on PC, PlayStation, and Xbox. Alante, I'll let you have this one. Go ahead and talk. Chat it up a bit for a sec.
This is definitely I know all I gotta say is Al was so hyped to play this at PAX. I'm like, this is him coded game.
Talk about it, dude.
Go for it.
Yeah, so Kingdom Come Deliverance. So first and foremost, not a live action game, a actual single RPG game. One of the best ways to go about describing this one as well is not only is it a narrative based game, it is also it is first person esque, but there's a lot more into the mechanics of the gameplay itself, other than just just think about one way I can describe kind of like the fighting / like combat mechanic of it. Kind of like a small bit think Skyrim, but again, make it much more realistic. So you have the case, like for example, I was playing this game at PAX. I had a situation where, basically, because for the limo in the plane, I had a moment where I actually picked up a crossbow, thinking to myself, okay, I'm gonna be perfectly fine right out the gate because I'm already ahead of the game when these enemies come back, because it's gonna be a fighting mechanic of this. As you're walking, you start firing my crossbow. I was walking and firing my crossbow, missing. Person's probably like maybe 10 feet in front of me, missing wide left, wide right. So it actually does pay attention to the combat of the game, but the story as well is actually pretty cool. I haven't looked too deep into the story because this is one of the games I was kind of trying to go blind into what the story is about. But in terms of mechanics as well, like for example, like there's even like a romance mechanic where I was being told earlier that like
romance
say for example
mechanic.
you have
How many?
like you have like a friend, and it doesn't matter what gender your friend is, you can biz them up.
Well, I can already see the speed run bedroom strats already.
I mean, hey, if someone could speed run all romanceable options in Fallout New Vegas, they could do it in this.
I mean, people
And it was done like 20 minutes.
What? I wonder what the speed run is for Baldur's Gate.
Actually, I saw that.
Funnily enough, there was a patch that happened after the game launched that affected the romance percent speedrun.
Damn it!
I think they purposely did it because they actually end up talking about that patch because of the fact that it was because it was happening, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm. Well, if we can't speed run shit, we can at least go around bonk shit. Big Helmet Heroes is a David coded ass game.
Oh, yeah, these guys, it's out.
Yeah, it's out as of today. There is a demo. There is a demo called, and it's out on all consoles, including the Switch. I have to specify. So you have PC, Xbox, PlayStation, and Switch. Play it. It looks like a fun game.
I don't say this often. This looks like a Game Pass ass game, so I'm a little disappointed it's not on Game Pass because I would love to check this out. But I will add it to my wish list because it does look pretty fun.
I mean, it's a goofy, cartoony ass game where you're just going around fantasy, just beating the shit out of creatures and other knights.
People have said it gives the vibes of a 3D modern day Castle Crashers, and I kind of dig that.
I'm here for it. I'm fucking here for it. Like, you have a fucking knight wearing a goddamn samurai hat.
Yeah.
Like, come on now.
Yeah, I like the art direction.
So yeah, we got our weekly David ass game.
Oh yeah, it is a weekly thing.
And speaking of people coded games, let's look at Sworn, because that's out as of today too on all systems, and there's also a demo for it. I'm probably gonna check this out because goddamn, it looks fun as hell, right? So it's out on everything: PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch. So 2 for 2, 2 for 2. Hey, we'll take it.
It's giving Darkest Dungeon aesthetics in a way.
It's giving Darkest Dungeon aesthetics, but like its animation and combat reminds me of Hades.
Yeah, Hades or TMNT Splinter Fate.
Yeah, no. Ever since, like, I'm not even gonna say that there's been a lot of attempts to do the top-down asymmetrical gameplay style, and I love it because this is something that wasn't really touched on back in the day, or I shouldn't say back in the day that often. So I'm looking forward to how it's gonna turn out, and I'm pretty sure there's gonna be like multiplayer options. Last thing, I don't think it's really something worth mentioning, but hey, it's been a short week, so I can talk about it real quick. Slender Threads. Looks like a puzzle game. It's out on PC, iOS, Android.
I think my age was strong because when you said Slender Threads, my brain went to like, so is this like a Slender Man? Like,
no,
it does have eerie vibes to it. So
it looks eerie, but I don't know, man. Something don't sit right for me about this one.
It looks like one of those like mobile game ads that does not actually have any other actual gameplay.
It has no real substance behind it. One would say.
Looks very.
Who knows? We don't judge a book by cover. It might actually be better.
I'm not judging a book. I'm not
talking about us. I know we don't. I'm just saying in general for other folks.
Yeah. Look, this is an opinion of these are my opinions on these games. These are first looks. There's stuff that is coming out. I could start doing more in-depth looks so I can have more details for you guys later on. But until then, there's really not much I could really talk about on these calendar segments because it is basically a brief look at what we know and what little we know about the game or franchise that's being affected. So, yeah, your calendars have been marked. I'm ready to go to the box seats, and I'm not going to get popcorn everywhere like somebody.
Yeah. So I guess that means it's my turn.
Yep, your calendars have been marked.
All right. So with that being said, let's go ahead and do this. All right, welcome to the King's Court, where I bring you the latest news in sports, esports, motorsports, and all sports. And this week, I don't have sports news because I'm pretty mad. So let's actually go ahead and start this off the way we need to start this off. First and foremost, with the NFL, they are actually getting rid of the end racism tag at the end of both end zones. Reason being is because ahead of the game that's coming up for the Super Bowl, President Trump is supposed to be there, and apparently he's supposed to be since he has this whole thing against DEI and anything that
woke agenda
doing with it. They are actually moving forward with getting rid of the end racism. They said they're going to be putting choose love instead in this place. My personal opinion is like, okay, so you're just going to be taking a knee to this type of mess right here. This is supposed to be a league where there's a bunch of people of color and a bunch of people who are not only of color, but people who also have different sexualities, different walks of life. And you're mean to tell me that just because this ignorant son of a duck up here wants to be up here and see the game, that y'all want to get rid of this because you don't want to offend the biggest orange snowflake in the country.
No, so here's what I'm gonna say. Here's what I'm gonna say about all this. Because if you motherfuckers want to take this shit off, I want people to take what I have to say in this clip. If you're going to the Super Bowl, still make end racism signs. I want all these people that are out there that will take knees, do whatever that pisses off these people, and show that, hey, we're not backing down. End racism. Don't double back, because the more we push back, the more it's gonna piss them off. And you know what? I'm here for it because I'm a petty ass nigga.
Oh, right behind you with
Yes,
that one.
sir.
So the end of racism tag has been in the end zone since 2021. There has been a turning of age in the NFL since Colin Kaepernick started taking a knee. I forgot what year it was, but that was even pre-COVID. And ever since then, there has been a lot more players who've been coming together saying like, "Hey, we are the ones that's bringing in money into this company. We're the ones that's going to be bringing in money to these stadiums. We're the ones that's filling seats." Both of the quarterbacks that are currently going into the NFL are both black. You mean to tell me that a freaking organization such as the NFL that has a majority, not even a majority, a vast majority of people of color who is currently playing the game, and you mean to tell me that you don't want to stand behind them? Because again, the person who wants to call everybody else in the country a snowflake, the biggest, softest, charming tissue snowflake that's coming to the game.
Remember, he
is
shot
gonna be
himself
offended.
on stage and walked around with that shit stain. Let's not let him forget that.
Never ever.
So yes, and it's even worse that this is ahead of the Super Bowl. This is ahead of the biggest NFL game of the season, and you pull this mess. That means you choose to stand behind him versus standing behind your players, standing behind the people who actively make you money. So with that being said, I feel a certain way about that. I'm very upset, and I normally try to remain politically imbalanced, but no, with this one, I'm politically biased. I am mad about this. This shouldn't even be a political thing. This is a thing that's supposed to go about representing that, hey, we stand together. We do not stand for this ignorant mess that's happening right now. And you doing something like this is basically showing that your players, to your fan base, to the young aspiring players who want to join the NFL, who wants to make this a career, at the end of the day, we don't care about you. We care about the money. And anything that happens to you on and off this field, we don't give a crap about. And that is an issue.
So this is also in the wake of the quote-unquote anti-DEI movement with a lot of major retailers like Target, for example, or Walmart or whatever. And it's just like them just like pulling back. Like not only are workers' protections being like pulled back, but we also got DEI initiatives to help to hire people. They hire skilled people that are veterans, people of color, people that identify as different genders and everything in between. It's like what? It's like it just shows that it's always about the top dollar. And at this point, the only thing that we can do as consumers is fight with our money. Like, if Target wants to be on bullshit with the going, oh, anti-DEI shit, all right, fine. I don't want the anti-DEI and like gay pride because once Pride Month rolls through, they always try to have like some apparel up there. And even if, for at least coming within the Black History Month, even if there are black brands that you support that have their product in Target, find other means, buy from them directly if you're able to, or shop local. Because holy fuck, at least in Chicago, there's like we just had our guest on. There's so many talented local folk that you can support if they have a means to do so. So definitely support your local people. And then when it comes to this shit, honestly, fans who are going, if you're trying to go to the game, don't spend your money on the tickets if you haven't bought them yet. If you're able to, because it's coming up really fucking soon. Do what you can to not like buy merch and like push back and fight with your money, because a shit like this is like you're willing to step over basic human rights of like treating everybody equally and fairly just because the expired Tangerine himself is going to be there for some fuck odd reason. So it's just like it's just more and more annoying. All the
shit
fucking
stain
time.
of a criminal.
It's also hella ironic because Kendrick's gonna be performing. I'm like, I hope he says something. I hope he.
Oh, I want him.
I doubt he will, but I hope he does.
He's not gonna, but I'm just like, man.
He's petty enough to do it though.
He got 5.
And he can do it in a way where
petty.
then he can also do it in a way where he dances around. He won't call you out directly, but if you know him, you know who he's talking about.
It's like he called like the fact that I saw a clip of it from the Grammys. The fact that pretty much everybody in the fucking audience was calling Drake a pedophile and singing that shit. It's like, listen, Drake's career is dead. And honestly, if Kendrick were to say something, which again I have no expectations on it. If he does, yeah, no, that shit's gonna be fucking cool. Like that's gonna be a message, a statement to make in terms of all this. And like he's well within his rights to say what he wants because there's freedom of speech. Well, people can't be like, oh, blah blah blah. He's mad because he's black. I'm like, no, it's because you want to just disrespect people of color by doing shit like this.
It's freedom of speech as long as you agree with what I'm saying. So, and the thing is, again, stuff that shouldn't be political. Your basic human right, basic human dignity, the right to treat another fellow human being, because under the skin, we all bleed the same bloody color, which is red. We all have the same blood that runs through our veins. We all have the same type of feet that goes. We all are the same person other than what we look like on the top. And that is one of the things that you want to stand out. You want to double down, build your empire on, which is on the backs of other people who you feel is beneath you because they don't look like you. This is one of the first steps that really gets me under my skin. I don't really come in with news, but right now I'm going to go ahead and spit some facts. This is some soft BS right here. This is some really soft crap from the NFL for a really soft man that's coming to the game because he can't stand seeing another black person do something that he can't do in his entire freaking life.
Yes, sir. Yes, fucking sir.
That man doesn't do anything to help anybody but himself.
And even then, that's a stretch. That's all right.
He just likes to shoot himself in the foot. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
And that's why he didn't go to the fucking war. Oh, my bone spurs, bitch. Anywho.
All right, moving on. Keeping on the anger train. We can head over from the NFL to the
Staying
NBA.
angry.
Oh, there's more.
Oh yeah,
there's
no.
More.
That's why I said I don't have news. I have anger this week. So what we have right now, we end up hitting the deadline trade for the NBA. So we had a couple of blockbuster moves. One of the first ones we're going to go about talking about is the very big one. It's about the fact that Jimmy Butler got traded from the Miami Heat over to the Golden State Warriors. So he is teaming up down there with Draymond Green, teaming up down there with Steph Curry. However, Jimmy Butler, being the diva that he has been for this entire career at this point, is not happy about being down there in the NFL. He actually put up a tweet of him basically saying that there's still snakes out there, that he's still going to do what he can, but you better watch your head. So this is actually one of the things that's going on with that. There was actually a three-way trade between Miami, Utah, and Golden State, if I'm not mistaken. Where basically what ended up happening was there were let me see what this trade consisted of, because I just had it here and I just lost it in my head. But the trade consisted of Jimmy Butler going over to the Warriors, Andrew Wiggins going to the Heat, DeAndre, who was it? Yeah, Andrew Wiggins going to the Heat, PJ Tucker going to the Heat, Kyle Anderson going to the Heat, and Davion Mitchell going to the Heat, and a 2025 first round pick going to the Heat for Jimmy Butler. I personally feel like that is a fleece from Golden State. Some people say it may not be because, granted, yes, Jimmy Butler, he's a good player. However, he does not have the mentality behind the scenes to continue to be a good player. He's already gone on record saying he wants to go to Phoenix. He's upset that talks were going around that the Phoenix deal did not go through. He put up on Twitter, this man has not put a tweet out since December 14, 2024. And the moment he gets traded, he puts up a song basically talking about how there's snakes out there, Wild West style. So that ended up happening right there as well.
Talk about fucking childish.
It is childish. My thing, like, kid at work down there, I don't see it happening. I feel like between Curry and Jimmy Butler, I don't see that type of relationship dealing out well. The only reason it even worked out between Curry and Klay Thompson was Klay Thompson was the type of person where he could ball out, but he was kind of okay with being back on the second part of it. He was okay playing the second fiddle in many cases. He still popped off. He could still step up, but he had a bit more of a calmer attitude with it. Jimmy Butler doesn't like playing second fiddle. It's either everything's on him or none of this with him. And the fact that he's gone, basically the fact that he's going over there with honestly with a name that's bigger than him, but somebody who already has the rings to prove that he can do what he needs to do, I don't think that's going to work out for Jimmy. I think he's going to go down there. He's still going to play, but I think there's going to be some bratty behavior that's going on behind the scenes. But apparently Golden State thinks not, because according to this, they also signed him to they agreed to a 2-year, $1,100 million extension to his contract through 2027. So they see something that we don't see. I'm just a guy behind the screen. I haven't driven the basketball in the past 5 months. So what do I know? But what I can tell you is, based on what I see as a general human being, as a person who spends too much time looking at sports, this is not going to be the good move to make. So Golden State Warriors, best of luck to you. Steph Curry, I hope you got a good therapist. Jimmy Butler, get the thumb out your mouth. And Miami Heat, go ahead and see if you can get yourself a title. You got some good players. And you got yourself a pretty good deal for somebody who really wanted to be up out of your city.
Man, the NBA is just. This is like this is like the dark timeline for the NBA. Like,
This is just a dark time in general for sports. Let's be real.
It's just been rough. Niggas is sideways. It's fucking insane.
And still staying on the same side with the NBA is the fact that another trade that ended up happening is Anthony Davis going over to LA Lakers and Luka Doncic coming to the. Anthony Davis going to the Dallas Mavericks and Luka Doncic coming to the LA Lakers, which was a move that a lot of people did not see. That was an unfathomable move in my personal opinion.
That shit was crazy. Everybody was popping off when that happened.
Yeah. So the thing is, Luka Doncic ended up gaining a bit of weight while he was over in Dallas. He also as well was pretty much staying hurt. Still gaming, still playing what he needs to do, but apparently ended up being hurt for quite a number of times. But did not see him actually just going up and going over to LA. I personally think that this is going to be him trying to make another big team around LeBron and Luka. They could definitely get a go ahead and get themselves a chip down there in LA. But I think that this is more of a case of LA just trying to get themselves another big name to be down there in LA with them, along with LeBron James. Bringing in Luka Doncic is going to be a pretty good move with them, but they still need another center. The only other big guy they had down there, basically Anthony Davis being the big guy down there who was able to do anything. Even he wasn't really doing much. It went from we need a center to we desperately need a center now. So we'll see where that ends up going. They already had nobody down there in the paint. Really no big bodies down there. But I feel like this for Anthony Davis going over to Dallas is probably going to be one of the better moves for him. I think it's probably going to end up helping his game out a little bit more, not playing in the shadow of LeBron anymore. More for being the face and for the Pelicans, then being in the shadow, being in LA. But I think this is going to be a good chance for him to step back out and kind of start being the face if he can get his act together in Dallas, which I think a new change of pace will actually be good with him. He's still in the West, so he's still going to be facing a fairly tough schedule in the West. But I think this is still going to be the better move for him down the road. We'll see where his contract ends up playing out at the end of it. But speaking with contracts, we have Luka Doncic not getting this supermax contract that he would have got if he stayed with the Dallas Mavericks. So if you stay with a team for a number of times, so if you get traded when you get drafted by them, they can sign you to a pretty hefty contract, which in Luka Doncic's case would have been a $345 million contract. But he can't get any more because he has been traded from the Mavericks to the LA Lakers. But he still gets some of his coin back, but he's not going to get that $345 million he would have been able to get staying in Dallas.
Oh no, he's still rich though.
I mean, yeah, no, he still got bank. Also, fun facts, I know this wasn't on the doc. I just want to bring this up because I saw this in the news earlier this week. A couple of weeks ago, actually a couple of months ago, as a matter of fact, I ended up bringing in about the fact that there was a couple of players who had their houses broken into. A couple of athletes had their house broken into.
Yeah, I remember that.
Apparently, according to the FBI, they did capture some people that was in regards to that. Still ongoing case, so I'll let you know as I find out more about it.
Oh yeah, those robberies, right?
It wasn't like all like hella coordinated shit too.
Yeah,
yes, these were
in town and stuff.
Organized and clean. They were taking things that they knew had value, but that wasn't able to really be traced. So no, that was a coordinated attack. The FBI says they caught some of them, but again, we'll see. I don't know if it was actually them or if it was a case of copycats. But I will keep you posted on that as we find out.
Yeah.
Another
honestly,
big trade
they work too hard. They don't need to be dealing with that bullshit, bro.
Yeah. The last big trade, I'm just going to touch this because it wasn't really too notable. This is just a Chicago thing. Zach LaVine being traded down to the Sacramento Kings for the Bulls to get back their first round pick. Emphasis. So basically, the Bulls traded away Zach LaVine for. Yeah, give me back my stuff. You can have it. Just give me back what I had. So that was the thing.
The team's still bad.
Yeah, NBA shaking up, but we'll see where it goes. The next thing that actually end up getting shaken up, going from the NFL to the NBA to the MLB, is the fact that Ohtani's interpreter.
Yeah, he's going.
Yeah, a while back, he actually ended up getting control with basically stealing money from Ohtani. He has stole $17 billion from Ohtani, and apparently he was wire transferring over to basically for gambling. And Ohtani did not know. At first, people thought that Ohtani was in on it, so they actually questioned him and found out that he actually.
I remember that. Yeah,
that's fucking insane.
He so the interpreter basically just pled guilty to it and is sentenced to 5 years in prison for this act. So I really hope the $17 million was worth it because them 5 years are gone. Oh yeah, by the way,
Honestly-
you think that money still gonna stay with you? No, that stuff is gone. They took that back with you when they found it was associated with it. So you
Honestly-
walk away with nothing.
Honestly, I think Sohei deserves the opportunity to fucking kneecap this motherfucker with a bat. Just me. You gotta
Good
hit him
old
with
swing.
the. Here we go.
Yeah, and the thing that was really messed up with this, I'm hoping I'm pronouncing his name correctly. It's Ipe Mizuhara. Basically, what he ended up saying was when he basically ended up asking, like, you know, you have anything you need to say to Otani, anything you want to say in this regards to the situation? He said, "I'm sorry for what I did to Mr. Otani." That's not an "I'm sorry" moment, dog. You stole $17 million from me.
I'm
You got $17.
sorry.
It's like that.
I'm
It's
sorry.
it's like that. It's like that
Dumbass.
South Park bit. We're sorry. We're sorry. Sorry.
No, see, here's what happens. When you bump into somebody, that's an "I'm sorry" moment. When you accidentally, spill a little bit of water in somebody's kitchen when you come over to visit, that's an "I'm sorry" moment. When you accidentally, step on somebody's shoes, that's not even "I'm sorry." That's a "my bad, dog. I'm gonna run." No, this isn't an "I'm sorry" moment. This is a "I straight up effed up." That's not even an F up. You know what you did. You just thought you wasn't gonna get busted. But lo and behold, not only did you get busted, now you're paying for it. You got to pay Otani back $17 million, and you got 5 years in prison, and you're not going to be able to do any work with anybody in MLB anymore. And I'm pretty sure nobody's going to want you back online as an interpreter or an agent.
You're basically out of a job. Congratulations, idiot.
Your life's
You
over.
played yourself. You had one of the biggest prospects under your belt. Well, not under your belt, but working side by side with them, interpreting for him, getting paid a pretty handsome amount of money for it. And you decided that you were going to try to take some more off the top and got nothing. You gambled it all away and got nothing. If anything, you came out $17 million in debt. I don't know any normal human being here in America who could just casually pay out $17 million.
Not me.
Lamau.
Yeah. Oh, and not to mention, on top of all that, you also have to pay $1.1 million to the IRS. So yeah, you're royally screwed.
Oh, yeah, no, it was not worth it, my guy.
Yeah. So I hope you have fun. I hope they got a little bit of a window right there in your cell because you're gonna be seeing that for the next 5 years. And when you
Let
get
that
out, I
marinate
hope.
in your spirit.
Yes, sir.
And I'm pretty sure when you come out, you can be on the street asking for a penny. And I'm pretty sure the IRS is gonna be coming right by and say, "Okay, that's mine." Put it right in their pocket. On to the next.
People that try to get away with like theft and like high big bill money related crimes, it's like you're not going to get away with it. It's going to come back to you. Like, period.
Like it's funny because when people do this, the first couple times they're just like, okay, they did it. But if they keep doing it, then they start panicking because they're worried. They're going to get caught. They don't know when. They don't know how. It's just they're going to get caught.
Mm-hmm. And just like one of our chatters here in the chat, Agent Stardust said the IRS always knows. They always know. And if you think they don't know, they may not know now, but they're gonna find out. One thing about the government that they don't play with is their money.
There you go.
They're gonna find a way to get back at you.
Even if it's not their money, your money is their money too.
Mm-hmm. So again, and I don't have any NFL news in terms of the Super Bowl because right now, not only am I still mad at the NFL, the Super Bowl hasn't happened yet. I was going to talk about some Pro Bowl news until I found out about this mess, and that took away all the when I had myself for anything like really football sports news related itself. So yeah. I would say that's been this week of sports news, but this has been this week in the King Sports Rant.
Nigga, I'm tired.
Nigga, we all
like honestly, I'm fucking tired. Chat, I know you're tired. We normally get here for good vibes. We're normally here for great things.
Hit him with the
truth is I'm tired.
Oh my
But
God.
you know what? You know what? For once, I'm actually looking forward to the cave. It might be a distraction. No, it's
for real.
There's
Look,
still more shit.
Look,
it's
again, we normally have
distraction.
We normally have I try to normally find some good news to go about sharing with the sharing with the sports.
But this week,
this is one that we just had to. I just had to get the venom out, and we got it.
But you know what, Al? That's what I'm here for. You know who else is here? It's your boy Bruce.
Hey, Bruce,
sir. And then I got Steve just chilling over here. Don't need the duck. He's just making his normal rounds.
There we are. And it's Santiago's over there chilling too. Don't worry about him. With it?
Santiago's a snake?
I don't know.
That was a snake noise.
He's a thingamajig. He's a whatchamacallit.
He's like a chimera. He's a little bit of everything.
Yes, sir. And with that being said, welcome to everybody. There's my button. Welcome everybody to the cave. Where's my little segment of the world where I like to talk about tech and tech-related things. And boy, howdy, we got quite a few things to talk about. So let's go ahead and jump right into something that honestly is going to shake the world more. So doing a very, 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 very late segue from AI. AI has helped the Beatles win a Grammy 55 years after they broke up. So let me explain. Their last and final song, Now and Then, like right before John Lennon passed, they used AI to help restore what was left of any previous recordings and like bits of his voice here and there. And it's really fascinating just because this really does change how music preservation is going to affect things in the long run. So going forward, this is something that I remember seeing this about a couple of years ago, like billboards for it, where they were saying, yeah, we're using AI to restore vocals from John way back when. So the vocals were recorded 50 years ago, and then there was a guitar track that was recorded in 95. Obviously, the technical limitation at the time, they really couldn't do much because that's such a big gap. But it won a Grammy for a best rock performance. And what it was is that the problem they had is that John singing and piano playing were on the same track, so they were like effectively fused together, like how I do my multi-track recording. With AI now, what they did is they were able to separate the vocals from the piano and kind of redo the song by re-recording bass, drum, and more guitar parts there, like years later. And the remaining Beatles members, Paul McCartney and Ringo Starr, were able to sit down and go into the studio and help complete the song. So this is a huge eye-opener. Now, this does not mean that AI is here to make hot music. No. This does not mean we're going to bring back Elvis from the dead and he's going to win a award. No. That's not what we're doing here. What this shows is that this opens the door to help keep music preservation around longer, because as Mark and I, actually all of us on the commentary team, like to say, physical is forever, and that's a dying medium. So with that shit going away, with CDs being less and less common, which more on that in a little bit, this is like the only way we could try to restore relics of the past, restore art forms, restore things like this to the best of our possible ability.
Man, Mark, shout from the mountains.
Sean Ono Lennon, John's son, accepted the trophy. Of course, in the estate, I believe Yoko Ono has also passed as well. So he's like the remaining of the Lennon Ono lineage. But with that being said, this is definitely really huge. Like there's a lot of music that was probably lost to time. And with AI being a tool, we can use it to restore it to its former glory. Like with the picture restorations from like from pictures from like the civil rights era or prohibition era or earlier in time, or even helping restore archaic cave drawings and carvings and stuff like that. AI is a really good tool because it can gather that information and compile it. But again, a tool doesn't mean a replacement. We're not going to be replacing our music artists with AI anytime fucking soon. We're not going to be replacing our actors and actresses with AI anytime soon. Just look at fucking I didn't put it on the docket, but we're going to have more news next week, as we always do. Look at fucking Harrison Ford, where he was so impressed with Troy Baker's work. It's like, listen, people like him, I don't need to worry about my voice being AI and thrown to the fucking ether. Like, we can still keep that along as much as we possibly can. So this is something that was really cool that it dropped actually this week, so it's relatively breaking. But going back to the physical media aspect, Mark and David, I believe I talked about this. No, I didn't talk about this on the podcast. I posted it. So Sony is no longer going to be working on a lot of the blank media for like Blu-ray DVD, Blu-ray discs, burnable ones. You know, the ones you get in the store in a 20-pack. You put your fucking whatever the fuck you want on it. Verbatim, one of the big names, is still planning to work on it. So they're still releasing the Blu-ray writable discs. And of course, remember, while discs are kind of going away, it's still the classic way to save shit, especially on old school boomboxes and stuff. And then with Blu-ray drives, Blu-ray being the new CD drives, like I have a Blu-ray drive, and I gave it to Gina, friend of the show. We could still write media on. You can still write movies on it. You can still back up a bunch of shit on it. Shows being canceled. And just save that shit. So that way you have it forever. So
we can't put everything on the cloud for forever.
Yeah, exactly. So while CDs are not really good for CDs, they're not, and while they might not be the 100% best way for archival, like tapes are the best way because they last way longer. This is a nice step between that's still relatively affordable. So yeah, it sucks. And with Sony leaving the physical market of making Blu-rays, Verbatim's going to take up the slack. Like I said, we're still going to have physical games. We're still because that's still going to be printed. It's just going to be printed by another manufacturer, and even then, they have the licensing to do it and the tools to do it. They've been doing it stuff like this for decades. They made tapes way back in the day, so they still got it.
So what reason do you think why they're canceling it versus the reason why they're telling us?
Oh, why Sony? Why Sony's canceling it?
Cost,
it's cost, and even then, it's just like the real reason they're canceling it is that no one's buying Blu-rays anymore. No one's buying this shit anymore. Which, like, if you look at retail stores like Best Buy, exactly, they killed it. It's the same reason why everything's going to streaming on either proprietary platform or via Netflix or some other third-party platform that has access to it, or the movies where if you buy the special edition, the Blu-ray combo pack, which is how it used to be, you get 3 copies of the movie.
Yeah.
And the third way, you have to download it from like a specific server. But of course, since you bought the license, technically you bought the physical media for the movie, you bought the license to download that movie on your device from that cloud server, wherever the fuck it is.
I have a couple of digital movies,
yeah. And then this is because Sony, they stopped producing the high capacity Blu-ray discs. So 25 gig. Remember, this is on a CD. This is on a disc. 25 gigabytes. 50 gigabytes and 100 gigabytes, and they had 128.
Dude, they're gonna make us bring back the fucking bootleg, man, bro. But it's gonna be high quality Blu-rays.
It's gonna be Blu-rays,
and it's gonna be all Netflix originals and all freaking Apple TV originals, just ripped, bro.
Yeah, you better look at man. If he's hanging out outside the fucking currency exchange or the fucking train station near you,
bro,
you better,
hey man, I got that season 2 of Arcane right here.
Dude, I'm saying,
I would cry.
Someone walks up to me with a
so
trench coat
funny.
and a whole thing of fucking Blu-rays. He's like, I got that season 2 Arcane. I got that freaking Cuphead show. I got that
Cuphead.
I got that Nimona, bro.
I got that Mitchell's vs. Machines, bro. You know those shit was hot.
Yeah, dude,
it's crazy. Oh my goodness, it's so fucking crazy. But yeah, they're pulling out of the market. Sony pulled out of the market, Verbatim is doubling down.
That might be the move, actually.
Bookmark. This is the mark. Sony's pulling. Verbatim is going to try basically single-handedly hold down the CD market, the physical market. Which again, kudos to them. These things are not that expensive to make. And lastly, speaking of holding down the market, so surprise to everyone, Microsoft Edge has 30% of the market share in the US on Windows machines. That's way bigger than I thought.
Is it because that it's just installed and people don't uninstall it?
That you can't uninstall it.
Yeah, it's uninstallable.
You can't. If you uninstall, you're just uninstalling an update, and it's going to reinstall the update again. So you cannot uninstall it.
Which is stupid.
It's the Hydra, except it doesn't pop up with more heads. It just keeps coming back. But with that being said,
it comes back slower. When it comes back slower, it just makes it funnier.
I just imagine, like, every time you close a tab, it just opens up 2 more.
That basically, honestly, where's my Hydra web browser?
Chat's
no
just
Marvel,
like, well, you have to use Edge for work, and then my response was, "You Edge for work?"
Yes, sir. We edging at work.
You edge at work.
But boss makes $1, I make a dime. That's why I edge on company time.
Oh my!
All right, that's enough cave.
And then I
Can we
feel
make a cave now?
You're what? No, we're not done yet.
It's called a side hustle, baby.
Side hustle, baby. But anywho, yeah, it's believe it or not, Edge has been doing surprisingly well in the wake of alternative browsers because we all know, especially as a PC builder myself, boots up PC, opens Edge. Hey, thanks for using Edge. Get out of my face. Download Chrome. Download Opera GX.
I forget though. Like the only reason I started using Google Chrome is because it was a unified system by just logging in through my Google on all devices, so I keep my browser tabs regardless of where I'm at, and I love that. But I mean, also the whole joke is Internet Explorer is slow. But like, is Edge a good browser actually? But no one wants to fucking use it. Yeah,
because like, keep in mind, and it's like this. You have a MacBook, David. It's like you log in with your Apple account on your MacBook. You log into Safari. It saves your bookmarks under, guess what? Your iCloud account. Your iTunes is already there. Apple Cloud's already there. You get the idea. With Microsoft, they're really pushing it, especially lately. I keep getting updates saying, hey, do you want to sync up your phone to your computer? I'm like, no, but that's cool, I guess. Or when I built Gina's computer and when I built Mark's computer, I was setting them up and it was like, hey, do you want to, I had to use my profile for a second. And they were like, hey, do you want to import your data onto this machine? I'm like, fuck no, because this is not my machine. That's annoying as fuck. But I do appreciate that if I were to get a new computer, let's say for example, I am going to do this. I'm going to nuke my other laptop because like I ran out of space. I got to buy a new hard drive. I can just sign in with my Microsoft account, boot up my OneDrive. I'll be using OneDrive a lot more because since it's built in to the OS already. I don't have to log into Google Drive. So a lot of my projects that I work on, like for example, the music that I posted on my most recent songs I posted on SoundCloud, I worked on that just passing the file between my laptop and my desktop when I'm home or when I'm away from home. So it is becoming really handy, and like it has Microsoft services, cloud services have gotten better when it comes to retaining your data because since it's just all the one platform. While Edge, I still don't like it because just principle. It does work pretty well, and it has gotten a lot better over the years. So Edge, the current versions of Edge are the new thing. Fuck Bing though, but still, Edge is still
Bing. I forgot Bing existed.
Bing exists, and it still exists.
Bing,
I wish it was that cool. But no, it's they're saying that so far, of course, outside from Windows being forcibly installed, it could still have a low market share if people don't fucking use it. So Edge being as solid as it is, and if you already have a Microsoft account for OneDrive or Office 365, a lot of that is pretty seamless. So it may not be the move for me personally. I do respect what they're trying to do to make Edge a not shit browser. And of course, Edge is really good for like businesses. Like as someone who works in IT, a lot of people who have a lot of their logins through Microsoft like, all the time. And when they log in and open up Edge, their profile is already there. They can already be directed to the company website or the company OneDrive right there. So that's really the other part of it, is that a lot of businesses are pushing towards the Office 365 suite and Office 365 / Copilot suite and the Microsoft suite of online tools, because let's be real, at pretty much any job, any business, they're going to be using a Microsoft server of somehow. So why not integrate that with Azure, Office 365, Active Directory, make that all one fucking thing. So that way, when you open up Edge, Outlook, Teams, and Office, everything is there. Like managed by the company, everything's there.
Or just be like a really obscure person. Use Tor browser.
LOL.
Use what browser?
Tor.
Nigga, the fuck are you on about?
Like, spell that.
Use it in the
Tor browser. It's basically like, if you ever heard of an onion link, you use that with that. If you don't know what an onion link is, thank God you don't.
Now I gotta Google two things.
No,
Lamau.
don't Google.
Does it live on stream?
I'm like a toddler not to do something.
And now I have weird emails.
I mean,
Hey, why
it may start.
why do I see myself for sale on this site now?
Ah man, shit's gonna get weird. Listen, we gotta go.
Happy Black
This is what you-
History Month.
Happy Black History Month.
See, what you should have done, Mark, is you should have been using our sponsor today, which is ExpressVPN.
Which is NordVPN. But yes, that is it for the cave. We got some more news to cover, so that way we don't run super over on time because I'm trying to play some Monhunt for the bed.
You don't understand the amount of self-control we're all having collectively at this exact moment.
I just installed it. I could be playing it right now, but I love you guys.
Trying not to just.
I was playing Civ 7 for the first half of the stream. I took a pause.
What are we doing? All right, let's get
You know
us
what
out
we're
of
doing?
here.
Getting the fuck out the cave. Let's go.
If he could speed that up, I would start dying of laughter. If he was like, "Hurry up, get the fuck out!" It just goes into.
All
I'm
right.
slowly starting to learn the timing on that.
Like I said, it is. We have games. To
Honestly,
play.
I might make a sped up version just for that.
Get up, ding ding. As all the sounds overlapped on the same. It's 1 second long.
Yeah.
Ding dong, close going.
That'd be so. I'm speeding that up. This gonna be funny shit.
All right. We have some pretty cool news topics this week, honestly. But I think the biggest one we should just start off with first. Al, I'm gonna let you just swing it, big dog. Just swing it, bro.
So,
Let's
man,
go!
I'm so happy to talk about this. That's the whole reason I'm even repping this shirt right now.
That's
so
why we got
the
Tucker
company,
over here.
the company I have been in love with since high school, Rooster Teeth, is back, baby. So after being acquired by 18, yes, I did not see this coming. I was just caught off guard by this whole thing.
I kind of felt it, but again, I also didn't see this coming. So I thought they were gone for good.
So back in 2022, the company ended up getting bought out by AT&T. Bought out by AT&T. Well, bought out by Warner, which is owned by AT&T Discovery. Then
The devils themselves.
Yep. And then in 2024, they decided to go ahead and shut the company down. Along that time as well, they also ended up doing a rebrand of the company's logo to the funny R.
It's missing a tooth.
Yes, I'm actually going to talk about that, which is really, really cool. So, actually ended up being bought out. Most of it been bought out by Bernie Burch, who was one of the OG founders of Rooster Teeth. So they actually end up buying back Rooster Teeth, the brand Rooster Teeth, and most of its assets, because as you know, some assets for Rooster Teeth has been sold off. One of which being Ruby is now owned by Viz. Basically, AT&T came in, broke them down, and sold the scraps.
But that doesn't mean that like they can't just partner up with Viz, which they likely will.
Yeah, I can see
they
them
have a
doing
business
that.
agreement.
So they end up coming back, and what's even more is that they went back to the OG logo, which is this one. Which, if you're one of the OG fans of Rooster Teeth, which is known as the Cockbite logo.
I was about to call you a cockbite.
So this actually went back to the same logo.
Bite.
But a funny thing about it is, if you go to the Rooster Teeth website, you actually look at it and you see that it says Rooster Teeth. It shows the old logo under new management and neon light. But the new management part, like the new part of it, starts breaking out and it fades away. It says under management because it's going back to the roots of being one of his OG owners. And the tooth that was missing, according to a lot of people who's part of the Rooster Teeth fan base, some of us who are still here, is basically showing that, hey, we got hit in the mouth, but we came right back and we're still here, baby.
Hell yeah.
So this whole thing is really, really cool. There was actually a homecoming trailer that Bernie ended up shooting, where he basically ends up coming back to the warehouse in Austin.
Dad, you're home. You brought the milk.
Yeah, he said, I'm back. And he says, where is everybody?
He came back to the States.
And I mentioned this a lot. This is a lot like what happened with Smosh, except Smosh didn't get destroyed by a fucking giga company. They, like, Anthony and Ian sold the company to a media company for a while, for some years. And Smosh is still doing very well. Like, it's been really fun. I love the new cast. They've been great. But last year, it wasn't last year, the year before, Anthony came back. It's like, hey, he's been doing his own thing. His own thing's been really good. He was like, we got our money right. We're buying back Smosh and making it how we want to make it. Like I said, they weren't failing. They were doing pretty well, but we're starting to see stuff like this come full circle where they sell like brand doing really good, sells off to someone who's paying a lot of fucking money, and then hope to God that it doesn't fucking get burnt to the ground, or if it's still anyone left to swing back round through it. Now, but my only concern with Rooster Teeth coming back, like they're still gonna have the podcast, they're still gonna have Achievement Hunter, hopefully.
So
Is there gonna be a new
soon?
That's to say hopefully. But the thing is, what I want to know is, if are things gonna be just standard affair, but like pre Warner buyout, or are they gonna fix the culture within the team? Because I know like people were talking about how sometimes it was fine, but some of the culture was a little toxic here and there, and of course we got fuckers like Ryan Haywood and calling out by his government fucking name for fucking up.
I'm still mad about that.
I'm still pretty mad at.
I would never cease to be angry with that, because it's just like, stop being a shit person.
You ruined such a good thing.
Let me ask you, Alante, as someone who is like arguably one of the biggest RT fans here, like over as RT as a whole. I know Mark's there too, but I want to see what Alante says first. What is your output? What is your take on the future for Rooster Teeth now that Dad's home? Like, do you think they're going to try and just like rebuild who was left before, or are they going to try and integrate new faces? What are you thinking?
So what I think is going to end up happening is, the way I used to call Rooster Teeth is the Stone Age, the Bronze Age, the Golden Age, the New Age, and now I would say that we're in the Future Age, which is going to be a case of they're going to be taking. This is just me speculating. I got feeling they're going to be taking some inspiration from some of their roots, where they're going to have some of the old stuff that they're known for, some of their old shenanigans. But I think that it's not going to be the same exact way that it was before. I think that the culture behind it is going to be changing, especially if they end up bringing in more younger faces like they want to go about doing. And I think with the fact that this is going back under old management, I don't see us having a repeat of the past where they go about selling themselves over to another company. I think they much rather just take what they got, do what they can, and handle by themselves, versus falling under the umbrella like they end up doing with Warner Media, and basically end up falling apart.
I don't think they're gonna look for another buyer. Like if anything, they're just gonna use their networking to collaborate on shit. Like I said, with Viz Media. Like Viz Media has the rest of Ruby. They can still work with them to push out merch, to collab and have it either. And if they want to bring back Rooster Teeth first, which I don't like, I kind of like at this point, if you want to have like your own exclusive streaming platform, realistically just either do it under YouTube Premium, or do it under Netflix or something like that. Or partner with Viz Media and like kind of work through there. So it's that's how I think. Mark, what do you think?
I'm genuinely concerned with the current state of how they're gonna move forward, because a lot of their animation projects that they've become known for are either done or owned by somebody else. Like we've already talked in length about Ruby. I am also concerned because let's look at their other project, Genlock. That was supposed to go on for a couple of seasons, and then HBO fucked that one because that was just a god-awful mess. Red vs. Blue, they had their final movie. They tied up all loose ends. They were like, hey, we're done. We're not coming back. Also, it makes me wonder what's gonna go with, like, yes, they are gonna be looking for new blood, and somebody mentioned in chat that they're worried if it's gonna be a G4 thing, where it starts out solid, but then it just becomes a problem. Granted, Bernie Burns, when he's in charge of something, yes, he's set in a way how he wants it done, but that man gets results. That man gets results. I'm wondering how much of the old team he's going to get back on there as well. Like, yes, he's going to want to, like I said, yes, he's going to want new blood, but he's going to want some familiarity. I'm pretty sure Gus is just fucking tired. Jeff doesn't. Yeah. Jeff is tired.
Yep. He was still doing F-face.
And I think what's going to happen is that they're going to have new blood. There are going to still be some people that float around, like Gavin's probably going to show up because it's Gavin. Michael, maybe, I don't know. But there are going to, if they're not front and center on camera, they're like how Smosh is a perfect example of this. They have so many goddamn people in front and behind camera, and they fucking rotate through who they want to have on for what special and introducing more and more people, what have you. So with that being said, that's a smart way to do it. If they have some old people on, like, hey, look, we'll reintroduce you guys later, but let's show the new faces. Yes, David.
In terms of this corner of the internet, so when it comes to like internet culture and certain stuff, there's certain positions where I feel like a normie in certain regards because I don't pay attention. I don't know anyone from Smosh. I don't even watch Smosh. I don't know anything
like,
about
what the
Rooster
fuck's
Teeth.
happening?
I don't know anything about Rooster Teeth except they had Ruby, Red versus Blue, and there's a dude named Gavin that's over there. I don't know if he's the one that caught a case. I just know there was a dude that named Gavin that worked there. So the whole thing with everything regarding Rooster Teeth, I am completely new. So I'm a perfect person to ask this question because as similar to like I mentioned in chat, this becoming a G4 thing, this is totally different in that regard because G4 was a TV network when TV was regular TV, and then they came back and they had to have a couple key players in it, like they had Adam and they had Kevin Pereira, but they also had a whole bunch of new people because they were trying to adapt it and get people who are content creators and on YouTube
Yeah, because
now.
wasn't Black Okage on there for a minute?
Yeah, Black Okage was on there for a little bit.
was on there.
And Fiona Nova from
Rooster Teeth. So they had like a couple internet people on there but it was weird because they were trying to keep it as a TV network, but also try to hybrid it into a YouTube thing and Twitch thing. So that was a whole thing, and that's honestly one of the reasons why it didn't take off and it got canceled. But also, G4 got bought out by what was it, like Comcast or something? Like they were a part of a contract, and they had suits over them, and a lot of those decisions that were made were to please suits and shareholders, right? Which is why they fucking got cut. Rooster Teeth is a whole different situation because they've never been on broadcast television. It's always been internet. So them coming back is on, and also under their terms, they're not under suits anymore. So they can make the decisions that they know that their fans would want. And in terms of like the thing of people coming back that used to be a part of it, in this case, I don't know any of those people. So I don't care if they come back because I have no connection to them. So them getting new people and also returning into the internet is going to get people to check them out because they probably didn't check out the first phase of Rooster Teeth, right? But then they got to get new people to basically fill in the void for the people that are getting replaced. But also on that case, the people that were there since Rooster Teeth was conception, like I remember like it started off as Machinima, then it became Rooster Teeth, right?
It was
just Rooster Teeth all around.
Rooster Teeth the whole time.
Yeah,
okay.
They were under Machinima for a minute.
Got you.
Yeah, it's like a lot of people like Mark and I, for example, the best friends, they were under Machinima for a good minute, and then they broke, and then like Machinima fell apart. They made their own thing, but yeah.
Yeah, my point with that is like Rooster Teeth has been around since I was in fucking freshman in high school, 2009, bro. Like they've been around for a long ass time, and those people were older than us when we were in high school, so they're probably in their like low 40s, mid 40s, around there. Like the oldest person on the group is probably mid 40s or so. They're tired and they have their monetization money. They probably want to chill. They don't want to be on that content grind this late in the game. You know, they're ready to pass on the skills to the next group of people who are then basically going to be a new generation of Rooster Teeth people. So, but then in that case, for you guys who grew up with those people, you're losing them. So now you're trying to be like, okay, who's going to be the fill-in for this person, or who are these new people that I got to get connected to? So then in that way, they're also losing old fans because they're like, Rooster Teeth died, so I'm going to just move on. This new Rooster Teeth isn't my Rooster Teeth, so there's going to be those people. So it's like, there's so many layers to this, and it's so interesting to me that they came back in general.
You say that, David, but that's always been a problem with Rooster Teeth from the beginning. It started becoming a bigger problem when Ruby started rolling around.
Mm-hmm.
As much as I love that series, that's when it started to really become a problem. Like, this is not my Rooster Teeth, because you had like people who were split down the middle, who were like diehard fans, and like the type of people that would tear a cosplay. Yes, I am still very much salty about that.
I'm mad with you for that. That shit was dumb.
But then you also have the people that were just like, oh, we're purists, that we don't need this, blah, blah, blah. Bernie, again, does some great shit. Like, even if they're like even if it's like B movie goofiness, like Laser Team, if anybody's seen that, there was also some other good series like Day 5. Holy shit, did I lose my mind with that series? Sorry.
Because they have there's even other good shows they end up having. Because yeah, I mean, we already know Red versus Blue, we know Ruby, we know Genlock. They also had Camp for a minute. They had
I know.
Esray and
Camp
Val.
is great.
Yeah, Esray and Val. They had a couple of different animations they had up under themselves. So the thing is, what I want to go about saying with this is, I'm happy that they're back. Do I feel like they're gonna hit the same high that they hit before? No, I think at this point, Rooster Teeth has peaked. But as long as I think when they come back, and if they do, as long as they don't bite off more than they can chew, then I think they'll be good. Because like Mark said, we always had like these, like I said, we had different ages of Rooster Teeth. And with each new age, we have people come, we have people go. And yeah, so this is one of those things where like this is just another era in the Rooster Teeth belt. Whether they're around for another 20 plus years or if they're only around for another 5 years.
And honestly, at this point, it's just gonna be a passing of the torch as well. Yeah. Whereas, like, okay, like again, it's gonna be all right. Dad's home. He's gonna run things behind the scenes and pop up here and there. But the new kids they're gonna learn under his tutelage and under other people if they have people that are able to come back in or want to come back in as like a background role. But again, this does have to be passed on because, like David said, this has been going on since we were kids. Like we were still children in high school. So
literally 20 years.
Exactly. So again, cheers to Rooster Teeth coming back. Here's the many more successful years. We just don't want any more fucking bullshit to happen.
Yeah.
We're slowly getting some shit back.
It's definitely gonna be interesting.
Hell yeah. Take it.
Yeah, that's such an interesting topic. Like I was as
Yeah,
soon as I saw the article, I know Alante's phone was blowing the fuck up for at least an hour.
Bro, my phone was blowing up.
It's like 5, 6 different times.
It was just the equivalent of getting DMs. And it's like, Jesus has returned. He's back. He's back.
I knew that Alante would have seen it, but I'm like, just to be safe, let me just throw it in the Discord because no one posted. I was like, boop, and then like the same thing with Mark, like with fucking DMC. I'm like, I'm gonna tag him because I'm in this area because I know he's seen it, but just in case he hasn't, here you go. And then he got blown up 8 times.
To put in perspective, when I got the notification that they were back, I was in office and I was kind of having a bit of a rough day. I was just sitting over there working, and I look at my phone like, okay, I look at that after I send this email off, look at it. Rooster Teeth's about what?
You what?
I actually not yell, but I exclaimed in the office. I had to catch myself because I was like, it's back.
Right.
And it happened to be because, so yes, I put the shirt back on for this. I had the shirt on as an undershirt yesterday at work. And I'm like, okay. And I just didn't know it was coming back on. And all of a sudden I got this, like, I got a Rooster Teeth shirt on right now.
That's why we have Tucker in the background here dancing.
Fucking Al just goes, oh! It's just the Rooster Teeth logo.
I'm happy. Even if they're back for a minute, even if they only back for like a short amount of time, but just a dying flame, I don't care. I'm just happy that they, at least at this time, if they go out on their terms, not AT&T terms.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, brother.
The biggest comeback of the fucking internet. Well, as things come back in, things got to get the fuck out, which is why Multiverse is closing in like 2 months. So,
yeah, speaking of Warner.
Yeah, speaking of Warner bullshit, yeah.
I don't care. Okay, y'all can have this. I don't care about multiverses. Period.
Hey man, yeah, you can say that. To be honest, the game, it's like he's like hot take. I don't care for multiverses. We're like, yeah, dude, yeah, we don't either.
I'm gonna say it. I don't care that you broke your elbow.
But I gotta ask Mark a question. You say you don't care about multiverse, but have you seen the bunny?
Oh no!
I'm not down bad like the rest of you cretins.
Oh come on now! Everybody wasn't a furry until they saw Lola Bunny.
I'm not down bad like the rest of you cretins.
Whatever you have to tell us to cope, it's okay. It's okay.
No, cope is what the gamer subs flavor I have right next to me. Copium.
Copium.
Damn, that would have been a good ad read.
We'll clip it for the future spec. But
we both Mark and I both look up copium. Hey, wait.
But yeah, Multiverses is officially gonna be closing after its 5th season is completely done. Coming, it's gonna be done around like May 30th of this year. Chapter 5 of Multiverses is gonna
Crying.
add Aquaman and also Lola Bunny. It's Lola Bunny. Oh man, that's crazy. But
Crazy.
apparently the game is going
Insane.
to continue having its features until it closes on May 30th. But there will be an offline mode where you can play the game against computers or up to 3 friends. So it basically just becomes a
Man.
regular game at that point. Apparently, after the 30th, though, you will not be able to get the game again. So it's like you basically have to download it now, or you will lose the ability to even get the game by that time. So this is a very interesting situation. It's like you couldn't just, I don't know, dude. It's like keep the game active, but like just have it be an offline game. Just keep it up there, maybe, or something. And as for like, I don't know, dude. It's very interesting. The fact that it went offline in the first place was a bad omen anyway, because a lot of people just had a bad taste in their mouth after a game that they dropped almost like $100 in. Some people, the game goes offline and you just can't play your game for like a year. Then it returns, and then all of a sudden, now it's like, but it's going offline again after like a year. And they got nominated for a Goaty last year again.
Yeah.
So fucking. It just shows that Warner Brothers doesn't care.
And it sucks because
That's
like
all it shows.
Yeah, and it sucks
It's
because
like
like
the moment-
Multiverses had a good concept. It looked really good, but it's like it's going away again.
What I've noticed is that when Warner Brothers comes into when Warner Brothers like kind of gets associated with something fun, they Amber Heard the bed.
Yeah, they did.
They shitted on it. They shitted on. They
They
shitted
shitted on it.
Sitting, pooping. Oh man, but
Scooping.
it is very because it's like it seems like they did everything right up front, right? Like they had Super Saiyan Shaggy, they had Batman and Super Saiyan Shaggy fighting Superman. They had Iron Giant with the Superman thing on his chest. They got the Powerpuff Girls in the game. They put Raven in the game, and it's like Taz was busted for a little bit. That was fun. I could play as Garnet from Steven Universe in like a fighting game. That was cool. Jake was crazy, and it's like it's you think that you could pull this off, but I think the fact that it was a game as a service in general honestly fucked it. They should have just made it a game you pay for, realistically.
Honestly, there was more news that came out about it. Apparently, one of the main reasons as well, other than Warner killing this off, is the game director was actually put under a lot of heat because there were so many characters that we could have gotten that we didn't. We would have got Mordecai and Rigby. We would have got fucking.
That would have been great.
That would have been awesome. Like it was a bunch of characters that we would have gotten, and they confirmed there were a handful were done, and it was and with how this was handled so poorly, Ed Boon's like, nah, y'all not getting more combat characters because we would have had like Scorpion in a platform fighter, which would have been interesting.
Mm-hmm.
The Mortal Kombat franchise has crossed over with Warner so many times that they are actually canon in the.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. When's freaking MK versus DC 2? We got to run it back. The game was ass. We got to run it back.
No,
let
it be.
Run it back.
As one of the Mortal Kombat fans in the fucking call, leave it be.
Run it back. Run it back. Run it back.
As a matter of fact, boss, how would you have felt about that if they did put a turtle in there?
If they put a turtle in Multiverses? I mean, they're a Nick All-Stars brawl, so they're already in one trash fighting game, to be honest. So
but not to mention, to be fair, the Turtles have crossed over with DC before
multiple times. They're
already in Injustice, and goddamn,
they're fun in Injustice. That's the only reason I got Injustice.
The Turtles be everywhere. I think they're
the most. They have. I think the Turtles are up there with probably like top 3 most crossed over characters in anything. It's most likely
it's the Turtles.
It's like the Turtles, probably Sonic, and then Turtles, Transformers, and then maybe Sonic the Hedgehog. If I had to guess, it's most crossed over characters. Also, let's just we can talk about some comic shit since we're talking about comic characters. We could talk about the Fantastic Four trailer that dropped.
I'm happy.
I haven't
looks
seen
good.
it. I've
Looks
seen it,
pretty
believe
good.
it or not.
You haven't seen it yet?
It looks good.
No.
I'm happy. I'm liking where it's going. Motherfuckers are mad that they're motherfuckers mad about Ben Grimm's The Thing, how he looks. And I'm
Look
just
at him.
like,
He looks
Motherfuckers are
good.
rock.
He looks pretty good.
that's
Look
one
at
of
him.
the best design.
I mean,
That's one of the most comic book accurate
I'm
versions.
about to say that looks like the most. Yeah, that actually looks.
Yes, no. There are
how he
people
looks
who are
in
just like people are like, oh no, the original Fantastic Four movie looks better than this. We still like the suits. I'm like, y'all niggas will never be happy.
Oh no, you can't please gamers, you can't please comic book lovers, and you can't please anybody these days. Like I really appreciate that they're going back older in time. Like it's not 2025. It's like fucking what 1950s.
Well,
If anything-
it's probably going to tie into the MCU still somehow.
Oh no, it has to because
Said they needed
they
to
have
see what it
they
looked
have
like
to.
again.
It was bad. It was really bad. Ben Grimm in Fantastic Four, the OG, did not look good, at least compared to this current one.
All right, chat.
And-
All right, number 1, number 2.
It's just a fucking. It's just he's wearing a balaclava with rocks glued on
Don't
it.
forget
bro.
about Fan Four Stick.
Number 1,
Fan Four Stick.
number 2.
Everybody
He-
forgets about
honestly,
Fan
when it-
Four.
Honestly, he looks way more accurate to current Grimm in comic book
I
form.
like
Like way more
I
accurate.
like the latest version of him.
I like the thick ass. I like the fucking unibrow, the unirock.
Yeah.
If you will.
He has a unirock in the comic.
It's
Exactly.
It's like
anything.
I was gonna say it's like the way that you can tell it's a dude in a suit in 2009, but this is like that looks like they fucking just found this thing on a planet and hired him. Like he looks that looks like a good rock monster. Like it doesn't even look like a person in a suit. That is the thing.
Rock
And like
monster.
And the tough thing about this as well, like, I mean, whether you like the costume or not, I mean, let's just be. I'm gonna be straight up honest, and I'm pretty sure Mark can agree. The Fantastic Four's costume always looks cringy, but it doesn't
Super
look
dorky.
bad.
They're
At
super
least we're
dorky.
not talking about bombastic bag man.
Oh my god.
Listen, bring him back. Bring him back. Put
With
him in
the
the movie.
kick me side. Give him the kick me side, please.
Yes.
But yeah, I also just really quick, this is just me. The shot of the Thing with that hat on, he makes me think of the the Raphael from the original TMNT movie when he did that Trishko with the hat.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Just constantly say, damn. Across the
But yeah, dude, they look good. Talk about cross promotion, the fact that they're in Marvel Rivals now, and then they're getting a movie. Like this is gonna drive people to watch the movie because they might end up liking the Fantastic Four and Marvel Rivals.
Yeah.
Nothing can ever make me genuinely like Reed Richards as a person, though.
But Gummo no punch. Gummo
Reed
no
Richards is a
fantastic.
If you read the comics, you know why people don't fuck with Reed Richards.
Fuck. Or AKA the Maker.
But in terms of everything else, though, yeah, the movie looks cool. I think the only thing that throws me off is I didn't expect the Fantastic Four movie to have like this old school vibe, you know.
Sorry, my brain froze after hearing Bombastic Bag Man. I actually just my brain had to reboot for a good.
Crying. You know, that's fair.
What, you don't remember the bombastic bag man?
Don't make my brain reboot again.
And then he just stays still for another 10. But what's it called? Yeah, this looks good. I'm looking forward to it.
So, and not to mention, one thing I also want to say about this is there are some people. It came out that they think one of the posters, or actually one of the posters.
Oh
that
yeah,
was
the AI
was AI. Yeah.
Oh, the 1000% it was. 1000% it was.
Oh, yeah.
Like you look at this art. Hold up, let me pull it up. You look at this art, and you tell me that this doesn't look like first
Bullshit.
steps
Bullshit.
poster. Here we go. Where is it? Here we go. It's like you can see when we enhance. They pointed out that one person has like only 4 fingers. Oh wait, hold on. Here we go. One person only has 4 fingers holding this flag. If you look in the background, the people get blurry and less detailed. like usually with what AI does. This lady right here on the front has 4 fingers on this purse. 1, 2, 3, 4.
You're a good man, Reed. Don't lie to
The
me.
flags look, yeah,
Take that out the trailer.
100%
For real.
AI made.
You're
It's like,
you're a shit man, Reed. That's the accurate Reed I know.
yeah, they're doing weird. I don't know. They don't want to hire photographers and graphic designers anymore to make posters. They just want to cut corners, I guess, which is very
yes.
very tacky. Because I would not buy that at a Five Below in the poster
Yeah,
range.
no.
Oh hell no.
Uh
I wouldn't even shit on it.
I'm just
Not
looking
worth
forward
it.
to the scene where. Oh wait, actually, the other big thing with this is we didn't see Mr. Fantastic stretch once.
Fantastic. Yeah, I agree with you, Mark. I hate him. I never thought I would turn around to say, like, even no matter what iteration of Reed Richards there is, I hate him.
Like before, like so young me that didn't know shit about Fantastic Four. I'm like, oh, Mr. Fantastic's cool. He can stretch. He can do da. Me now. Oh, you poor sweet summer child. You don't know.
Like, he is such a misogynist.
He's such a dickhead. I was
I
like,
mean,
fuck
at
this,
least it's not the first Ant-Man. What's his name? I'm blanking on it. The one that actually created Ultron in the comics. Hank Pym.
Hank Pym, yeah.
bro. Oh yeah.
Hank Pym.
Remember, Al? Mr. Fantastic stopped Malice from taking over the world by being misogynist.
He actively told
he was
his
like, "You're
wife,
weak. You're nothing, woman."
There's still a comic panel where he told his wife, "Wives are for kissing, not talking."
Damn.
Damn.
That's crazy.
Crazy.
I can't wait to hear Pedro Pascal be the worst.
I can't wait to fucking Straight Outta Liberia to shit on Reed Richards. In
He's gonna make me hate him, and then The Last of Us 2 is gonna come out. Like, oh yeah, never mind, I love him again.
Yeah.
Let's not forget that there's also a comic where Reed is just the absolute fucking worst.
Oh, the absolute shit ass, yeah.
With when they find out about the 101 ideas, it's just like Reed.
The way I heard about that 101 ideas thing was from like some TikTok of some black dude summarizing comic arcs, and that's like the only way I heard about that. In like 60 seconds, I was educated on that specific moment where Reed Richards was like the most obnoxious badass for a second, or the most evilest of dickheads for a second. You gonna cheat on me with my wife? Boom! And I was like, okay.
Oh right, because Reed Richards also got cut.
Yeah,
he did.
I fucked your,
Everybody
I fucked your
wants
wife,
to fuck
Reed.
I
too.
fucked your wife, Reed. I take your life. It's fucking,
I mean, even Spider-Man hit on Sue the first time they met.
yeah. Man, so I was like, oh shit, I remember that. Fucking crazy, dude. Just
Yes,
like
man.
how Rollerdrome went offline and Ollie Ollie World. Well, they both got delisted. So basically, Rollerdrome and Ollie Ollie World were part of Roll 7. Roll 7 got shut down, but 2K is basically going to buy the licenses for the games. So because of that, Rollerdrome was inaccessible on Steam, and also Ollie Ollie World on pretty much every platform except like PlayStation and Switch. But I downloaded it on my Switch anyway, just in case, because I'll be damned. Because Ollie Ollie World is so good. But yeah, so now it's pretty much not available to re-download or buy on Steam right now. But they should be available again soon because of that 2K acquisition. But this is just another thing where we're going to say, going back to the CDs and everything else, I'll be physical media, goddammit. Like, too many good games coming out that aren't physical, and then they can just get taken away forever. Like, goddammit. Start working with limited run games or something.
Put more shit on GOG because they're like, oh, you get to own your
where you
game.
own the license, or where you own the game. Like, they just give you the fucking zip file.
Yeah, basically.
Then last thing for the day here, for one, EA put Criterion, the team behind most recently Need for Speed Unbound, on the battlefield because no more content is coming to Need for Speed Unbound. Mark, you've played Need for Speed Unbound the most out of anyone here. Was the game basically just content complete at this point? Like, they were just adding in shit at this point?
It was basically complete. They'd just been doing like little side story stuff or the multiplayer, and that was kind of fun. Still is fun. I gladly will go back and play some more.
Yeah,
I
I want
would
to finish that
love
story.
I would
Story
love
was
people to
good.
play this game, play this game with. There's really nothing I could say negative about it.
They snapped on that game, the Need for Speed
Only
Unbound. Like
question is, why
it
is
was.
ASAP Rocky in Chicago?
Yeah, that's the only gripe I have. It's like ASAP Rocky, what you doing here? Don't you got a wife?
You
Yeah,
got a
well.
wife.
I got a wife.
But no, but it was just the fact that it was just a really good racing game that took place in shit. Like you open up the game, first 10 minutes, you're racing on a lower whacker, and I'm like, this is great. As someone who drives in this stupid ass city, that's really cool. To just go from like Naperville to freaking Navy Pier in like 5 minutes fictionally. Or to catch a ramp and then drive the car and drift it on the L tracks in the loop.
There was actually one time playing that game where my knowledge of how the city works actually played into my favor.
Uh-huh.
That was when I was running from the police, and I ended up going down into Lower Wacker on Lake Street.
Uh-huh.
And like, if I'm not mistaken, if I make it right here, there should be a little part that's like, I think it's like right there on like maybe LaSalle.
Uh-huh.
It's like a little part right there on LaSalle where if you go down and takes you into Lower Wacker, you can make it
Oh
right.
yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
I'm like, ooh, somebody knew.
Man, I was like, is this how New Yorkers feel when they play Spider-Man? Like,
Damn.
just
crazy.
knowing how the layout of your city is helps you in video games. But yeah, good game, and but yeah, they're
Unlike
gonna
Watch
be.
Dogs.
I like yeah. I mean, the bean still ain't a bean in both games, so Chicago
That's
just
because the
can't
owner
get
of the
full
bean is
licensing.
a jerk.
Mm-hmm. You mean Sky?
He would not give them the rights
Cloud
to put the bloody bean in the game.
Shut up. Shut up, David. I heard that. Fuck off.
Beans.
Beans.
But yeah, they're gonna be working on Battlefield.
Beans, what the fuck?
So you'll be able to Tokyo drift your tank because of Criterion working.
And then like they're doing a bunch of shit in Battlefield where like TLDR, it's all hands on deck. It's all hands on deck for Battlefield. And what they're doing is like they're opening up like a public test realm, not PTR, but like a private beta, effectively, where people are actively game testing and working in real time. You got to sign a bunch of NDAs and shit, but they're trying to get the most feedback they can out of the Battlefield community to see, okay, where do we misstep? What can we do to make the series better? Because outside Battlefield is the only other game that they got, and even then, that's saying a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I wish Criterion could bring back
I want Burnout. I just want them to remaster the original Burnout games.
That'd be
1,
cool.
2, 3, Takedown, Revenge.
That'd be a
And
crazy
Dominate.
ass collection.
And Dominator.
Ooh, that'd be a crazy ass collection, honestly.
That would go hard. That's all I care about this.
I need to hyperfixate on Burnout Paradise Remastered.
Just driving and blowing up your car. Paradise Remastered.
Yeah.
I mean, I actually 100% of that. Fun. It's a good game. I think that was a nice. I almost call that like a spiritual successor to the actual Burnout series. It was a Burnout game, but it wasn't like the OG Burnouts where it wasn't so much about causing havoc while you're racing. It was more focused on racing. Not a bad game.
Yeah.
Though. Still love it. Still love it.
It's just, with how Criterion made racing games, it's godlike. Like they're the only other company I would trust with a Blur remake or a successor.
Oh, yep. But yeah, and with that show, good stuff. We did it. We did it.
Hey.
There was some good stuff to talk about, especially like the Rooster Teeth thing was like really good. I was like, I can't wait to talk about this on the pod because
I was waiting. The moment I thought, ooh, so happy about that.
That was a nice meaty combo.
Yes. And with that, we are going to say goodbye for the week. We're going to start off with saying our goodbyes in the order that I so deem. So we're going to start off with the King.
Yo, what is up, everybody? Yep, you can find me over here on this channel right here every Thursday, but you can also find me over on TikTok, Instagram-ish. I don't know. I'm still iffy about that one. TikTok soon, and YouTube. I'm also going to be streaming here on Twitch. I'm going to actually be streaming some Civilization 7, that little boring game while I talk to people. And I'm going to be streaming The Last of Us 2 so I can go ahead and get that knocked out before the new season comes out.
And then also, you can find Mark Not Mark on his pocket of the internet.
Hey guys, as you already know, Mark Not Mark, MARC, MARK. I'm going to be live back with a regular schedule. Yes, I've been on a lot of I've been working on a lot of projects. We're going to be back with some Monster Hunter later this weekend, and we're going to be doing Catherine next week. We're going to be starting Catherine. We're going to be doing the jerk bag run, where I get to be an actual complete fucking dick in my romance options. Because why not?
That's gonna hurt.
It's not gonna hurt.
I'm one of the type. I'm one of the type of people where it's like it hurts me physically to make dickhead choices in games, so I just have to hard commit to it, and I'm just like, man, this character's being such a dickhead.
Like, it's hard for me to watch a genocide run in Undertale. I get it.
Yeah, dude. Like, and it's not the harder version of the game too, which makes it even worse because you actually got to fight people. So crazy, just like the monkey in the cave.
Ah, yes, I stay throwing hands, throwing fists in the cave. You cannot stop me. The monkey. You can find me on Blue Sky, Instagram, and as well as YouTube under HBack Tech, and don't forget my SoundCloud. Got music still coming up. I have another track I'm going to have posted up this weekend, probably tomorrow night. We shall see. If not tomorrow, maybe on Saturday. I will be trying to stream Monster Hunter with the homies this weekend, this Friday at least. Saturday, Sunday, I usually don't stream because I'm going to be gone. And then next week, I'm going to be streaming again. So yeah, you can more or less expect Monster Hunter consistently or a stream of sorts on Fridays on my channel at 8 p.m. Central, going on a little bit later because I get off work at 7. And I need time to fucking sleep. I need time to eat. So that being said, you'll catch me on my channel as well. And then, speaking of catching people on the channel, David.
Yes, and then you guys can find the freaking little David. We got to get like a little like 2-frame animation thing for that, where it's just like.
Man said, "Think fast, chuckle nuts."
Think fast, chuckle nuts.
I'm still not thinking fast enough. And you guys can find me pretty much on my corners of the internet over at DaveedRDW. That's DaveedRDW on YouTube, on Twitch, on TikTok, on Blue Sky, and things like that. Basically, if you look up ConMenRDW, you will find me, where you can also find the content of everyone else here in the show. So definitely follow them and keep up with us when we're not online over on ConMenRDW on Twitch for the ConMentary podcast that is live 7:30 Central Standard Time on Thursdays. So thank you so much for hanging out with us. We will catch y'all on the next episode. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Get the fuck out.
Jesus. Just laying out the sound effects.
Yes,
All
sir.
right. And everyone who is still hanging out with us on stream, thank you for hanging out. We are going to raid out over to Snowbike Mike, who is playing Ambulance Life, a paramedic simulator. He's just hanging out with his jabronis, learning how to be, I guess, medical technicians. I would not trust him with that in real life, but that's why simulation games are a thing.
Yes, sir.
You ever want to steal an ambulance with the homies and be like, "Yo, we gotta save people.
That's us.
Mark,
that's us.
Mark. David, before we go off, since our guest isn't here, want to give them a real fast shout out?
Oh yeah, true, for sure. Definitely go and follow Tarek over with the Archon experiment. Really cool stuff over there in his corner of the internet. Let me toss that up again here. The Archon. There we go. Yeah, keep up with them over there, the Archon experiment. Look that up. I will put the link in the chat as well, so you guys can look that up. He said they're going to have their Kickstarter going live in April. So look out for that. Support cool black stories. Seems really dope. And also, like I said, they're going to also be working on a game and also trying to get it animated as well, because they seem like they got a really cool connections over there. So they got something as cool as this going on their website. I'm looking forward to seeing the full thing. So honestly, this could be a webtoon. That'd be real cool too. So.
Oh, that would go hard as a webtoon.
So yeah, that's cool. Check him out over there, and also we're gonna go and check out what Snowbike Mike has got going on over here on his corner of the internet. So we're gonna get this petty raid started. So definitely go and spam that petty raid emote in chat here. And we're gonna go ahead and try to get over there. Oh, it opens this whole thing now. Snowbike Mike. There we go. Let's see if he has this thing gated. No, we can go in. Okay, cool. All right, ready up, chat. We're gonna hop over and we're gonna see what Mike's got going on.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
We're gonna go hunt. Bye.
Bye.
All right, there we go.
Hold on. Oh, you were so.
And with that, my new phone is set up.
You probably could have walked there.
Hey.
Hey, Con. What up, Con Men?
Oh my
How
god,
are
I'm
you?
bald.
Thank you so much for the raid. Hi. Welcome in.
Oh my god, I'm fucking nappy.
Just saving lives.
Bold, my
We gotta put some clothes on this lady, or at least a.